Do you have feedback on Cable 14's programs? Let us know by calling 905-523-1414, extension 227, or email feedback@cable14.com.
Food in general is just, you need it for mental stability. And sometimes if you don't have that access to food, you just can go mentally in a downward spiral. Sometimes it's hard living paycheck to paycheck. If it wasn't for a food pantry, some days I would probably not be eating at all.
Who are those guys? Very much so, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You like it?
I'm telling you, that's a hit.
Guess I'll see you in the movies.
The following is a Cable 14 sports presentation.
Friday Night Baseball is on the air. Neil Schwartzman, Matt Creeley in the booth here, up high above Bernie Arbor Stadium as the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers coming to town to take on the Hamilton Cardinals. Matt, in a game with a lot of importance tonight.
Batting towards the third baseman, number 6,
No question. It's just, it's a log jam in the middle of the IBL standings right now. So, you could wake up one morning, you're in third place. One morning, you could be in seventh. You never know.
Batting 6, the first baseman, number 44, Tanner Rampel. Batting 7th, the designated hitter, number 48.
They lost Matt and Mike, so yes, unfortunately, yes. Lots of stuff going on, of course, with a very important game against the Barnstormers. The season series right now is tied at 2 apiece. And everybody else is, we just have to take care of the game on the field here tonight and just try the best to walk away with the win so you can secure the all-important tiebreaker in the league. Of course, there's no head-to-head matchups. Again, if a team's finished tied in the standings, it's the first head-to-head matchup. Then, of course, after that, it's the runs for and against in that season series. And a worst-case scenario, it's a coin toss. And you don't want it coming to a coin toss, that's for sure. But hopefully it doesn't. And, of course, you see on the field now as the Cardinals are getting introduced here, and we're getting ready for the anthem momentarily here. We'll take a step away once the anthem singer comes on the field here.
National anthem is Emma Williams.
Our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land.
Let's give a big round of applause to our friend Emma Whale.
Emma Whale with the answer of the night and doing a great job as always. We thank her for taking time out of her Friday night to join us here as we're back up here in the press box on Friday Night Baseball. Myself is Neil Srivastawa, Matt Creeley jumping on as well this evening. For Reed Duffy, who's, I guess he's got the worst schedule than I do right now.
Yeah, I guess wedding season is still upon us, Neil.
It is. Thankfully, it's not ours.
Yeah. Hopefully, Reed is enjoying himself and staying safe out in Belleville.
Don't do too much fun stuff, but you know.
Yeah.
Be there and be present for your friends and have fun. But yes, we got quite the matchup this evening. Enrique Saldana will start on the hill for the Cardinals, taking on the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. Of course, the season series is tied at 2 apiece. Both teams have won in each other's barn here, so be interesting to see how things out. We got to shout out to the folks watching at Chatham-Kent as well. So thank you so much for tuning in, and of course, folks in London, I know you'll be coming in through as well. Throughout the emission breaks and everything else, the London Majors trying to keep everybody abreast of what's going on. Here's the starting lineup for the Barnstormers. Evan Morrison will lead things off at second base. Andrew Grenning is at second base, batting second in left field. Spencer Marcus in center field. Yushin Oda is in outfield. Or I believe he's at
third process of elimination. We'll see.
Oda's batting fourth. Mitsuki Fukuda is behind the plate. Sadler Goodwin, the shortstop, is batting sixth. Owen Constantino is at first base. Victor Plaz is a DH, and Braxton Haggith in right field is batting ninth for the Barnstormers.
Yeah, apologies for the technical difficulties with the mic off the hop, folks, but what I was saying is this game has massive implications for home field in the playoff race. These two teams, if the season ended today, would be facing off in the first round. Chatham would have home field as they are the 4 seed, but the Cardinals just a game back with 2 games in hand at the 5 seed. And then, to make matters even more interesting, the London Majors are the team immediately ahead of the Barnstormers by just a game and a half, and they are in town on Sunday.
They're in town Sunday. There's a lot of season tiebreakers coming down to the last 5 games, last 5 or 6 games for the Cardinals here. So, like we said, we're in 5th place right by now, but if you play your cards right, you could wind up as high as 2nd.
Exactly, and again, the Welland Jackfish clinching the regular season title officially last night with a shutout win versus Brantford, but still lots to go here. Anything between 2 and 5 is wide open. That's a fair ball down the line here by Evan Morrison. He gets this party started for the Barnstormers right off the hop. A leadoff double here. Off Saldana. And Andrew Groening will be the batter now. The reigning player of the week. Not a bad first week in the IBL. Yeah, how are you? Welcome to the IBL, Andrew.
Pair of home runs, 5 RBIs on the week, and a ridiculous on-base percentage.
Yeah, Morrison's been quite the revelation for these Barnstormers. He's been one of the best leadoff hitters in the league and took that middle-away fastball right to the opposite field from Saldana. Yes, going early.
The Barnstormers have been known to, come from behind in a lot of contests. And maybe it's just a sign here. They're just trying to change their script here a little bit, trying to get off to an early start here. As Saldana works here with an 0-1 count now on Groening. As he fouls that one off, and quickly it's 0-2. Take a look at the Cardinals defense after this batter. Saldana looks to runner back at second base. That one misses inside for a ball. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes with nobody away here in the top of the first inning.
And we saw a couple Fridays ago how that breaking ball can sometimes pop out of Saldana's hand a little too early. He is susceptible to hit batters sometimes with that pitch. Thankfully for the Cardinals, Groening was able to get out of the way there on 0-2.
Indeed. Saldana on the season 3-2, a 5.34 ERA, as he gets a strikeout here on Groening for the first out of the inning. 37.1 innings pitched, 45 strikeouts. Four starts and then 28 strikeouts, 18 base on balls issued, but he's definitely a contact pitcher. He'll pitch to contact and try to get ground balls out.
Saldana likes to try and get those ground balls, make his defense work behind him.
And here's the defense for the Hamilton Cardinals. Carlos Domingos in right field, Tyler Duncan in center field, and Drew Lawrence in left. Around the horn, Jaden Brown's at third base, Brendan Nickel at shortstop, Tommy Reyes Cruz at second base, and Tanner Rempel at first. Of course, the batter is Yammer Hernandez and Enrique Saldana. Sorry. Working with an 0-1 count here with one away now. Ground ball up the middle. Nickel up with it. He'll step and throw to first. High throw, but Nichols gets the tag on the play here, and Marcus goes down in a heap a little bit. And Rempel is going to go check on him and say, hey, sorry, man. Wasn't intentional. It was just coming through momentum.
Tough to tell whether that was on the tag or whether he did something to his lower half on the follow-through to the base.
Probably just got knocked off kilter a little bit, got the wind knocked out of him.
Well, hopefully nothing more than that. Marcus, obviously a huge part of this Barnstormer lineup.
No question he is. First player they signed in their history. Just been a great contributor for that lineup. He's getting back up to his feet, dusting himself off. I think he got the wind knocked out of him. He's just checking out the knees now.
Hey there, fans. Big round of applause for Spencer Marcus.
Yeah, getting some water from Victor Plaz here, and we'll take a couple sips and probably be ready to go here. But yeah, he's definitely limping a little bit. Something definitely jarred when he hit the base.
Yeah, something on that left leg. He's not able to put a ton of weight on it, but hopefully he'll be able to come back and resume.
On the 6-3 ground, Evan Morrison did go to third base, so now runner 90 feet away for Yushin Ota. Big swing and a miss on the first offering from Saldana for strike one. Looks in from the sign from Hernandez. And the 1-0 offering is swung on and missed. Ota goes behind the count at 0-2 now.
A pretty nice way to respond to the leadoff double by getting ahead 0-1 on the next three batters.
Yep.
Now he's got Ota on the ropes.
I think Evan Morrison just did his homework on him, so he knew what he was expecting as far as, okay, looking for something specific and just smashed it down the line.
Evan Morrison looks prepared against most pitchers.
Yep. As Ota puts the charge into this one, but Dominguez is going to be underneath that. He'll make the catch. Barnstormers strand a runner at third base. They go away empty-handed here in the top half of the first inning. As we'll take a quick look at the standings while we're coming off the field, and we'll get into the Cardinals lineup momentarily. Of course, we mentioned off the top the Welland Jackfish clinching first place last night, 28-10 on the season. Barry is in second place, tied with the London Majors. Both have a 22-16 record. The Barnstormers right on their heels at 20-17. The Cardinals, that we mentioned off the top, 18-17. Currently sitting in fifth place, but you know, Barry and the outcome of this game, plus a couple more we got in hand here, we could definitely climb above the standings here. And the Guelph Royals now sneaking in the back door at 17-19. Kitchener Panthers up to 16-22. Toronto is 16-22 as well, but now the Panthers have moved up the standings because of the victory last night, and they hold the tiebreaker up in the Maple Leafs.
Indeed, and what's interesting about the rest of the season outlook for the Cardinals is they have more games than anybody else to go. They've got 7 games, including this one, over the remainder of the season, so it'll be busy. It'll be lots of baseball, but I think the comforting thing about that is they control their own destiny.
Well, exactly. They're the masters of their own fate. Hey, you go on a hot streak here, you can wind up in second place, guys. Simple as that.
They don't have to wait for things to happen, Neil, is the thing. Like Kitchener beat London yesterday. That's already a favor done for these Cardinals. Now it's time to step on the gas and go. And meanwhile, what's going on here in this grandstand?
We got the owner on the mic?
Well, here's the promotion tonight. For those of you watching at home, it is Murder Mystery Night here at the ballpark.
We got these amazing little notepads.
Yeah, it was a nice little giveaway, mini Cardinal notepads given away to the first however number of fans there were. And before the game, there was a murder. Connor Corey, Cardinals relief pitcher, was found lifeless outside his dugout. And it appears that Eric Spearin, Cardinals majority owner, is a prime suspect.
Oh, geez, so he was pleading his case here then. Okay, that makes sense. But yes, we'll take a look at Yuri Yokohama is continuing his warm-ups here for the Barnstormers. He's 4-1 on the season, 4.70 ERA. He's made 9 starts. This is his 10th start tonight. 14 appearances, 51 and 2/3 innings pitched, 27 strikeouts, 30 base on balls. He'll be dealing with the Cardinals lineup. Leading off is Carlos Dominguez in right field. Brandon Nichols is batting second at shortstop. Tyler Dunkley, the center fielder, is batting third. Jaden Brown is at third base, batting fourth. Yammer Hernandez is catching at fifth. Rempel's in sixth. Matt Hildebrand, the DH tonight. Tommy Reyes Cruz at second base, and Drew Lawrence rounding out the 9 spot for the Cardinals as Carlos Dominguez steps into the box here and try to get us underway. The Cardinals off on the right foot here. No score in the first half of the inning. Barnstormers stranding a base runner early. But thank you so much for tuning in on Cable 14 wherever you are. I'm Neil Sherwasta, Matt Creeley sitting in this evening. He's been joining us all weekend too, so that's kind of cool. The last Sunday home game of the year.
Yeah, making it a full press box weekend.
There you go. That one misses outside for a ball, count 2-0 from Yokohama.
Yeah, Yuri Yokoyama on the year, as you said, Neil, 4.70 ERA. He's got more walks than strikeouts on the season, which isn't typically a good side for the Cardinals. They're going to have to wait to get in good counts before they try and do damage.
That one's in there for a called strike, count now 2-1. As we're just underway here in the home half of the first. Another great crowd on hand on a Friday night. That one misses inside, and the count now 3-1 on Dominguez.
As far as tonight's promotion and murder mystery night goes, Neil, I was told before the game that Jonathan Friedman was actually a prime suspect, but he is nowhere to be found. So
no, exactly.
Curious, don't you think?
Very curious, yes. Very, very curious.
Yeah, the culprit will be revealed at some point during the middle to later innings of the game tonight.
I know it wasn't me.
Yeah,
I was too
clear.
busy. As Dominguez fouls that one off, and then the count runs to 3-2.
Dominguez got an elevated fastball that he liked there on 3-1. Just missed it, fouling it back. Might be the best pitch he gets this at bat.
Of course, the Cardinals are responsible for Yokoyama's only loss in the season. That was, of course, down in Chatham-Kent. Dominguez gives this one a ride down the left field line, and it is going to leave the yard. Carlos Dominguez with a solo shot puts the Birds in flight 1-0 here in the first inning. The 3-2 pitch got hung up in the zone, and Dominguez deposited it over the left field fence. And that's the quick start we were looking for if you're a Cardinals fan. 1-0, one batter in.
Well, I was mistaken. He did, in fact, get another good pitch to hit that at bat. Yokoyama left that one slightly down and in. Dominguez able to turn on it and do exactly what you're supposed to do with a down and in fastball and pull it in the air. And he pulls to the most favorable part of the ballpark, that shallow left field wall. He elevates it up and over top for a nice leadoff home run. Dominguez is second at Bernie this season.
That one misses for a ball on Nickel. That one misses outside again. Count now 2 balls and no strikes here. 1-0 Cardinals early here in the home half of the first inning. Yokoyama looking to find the strike zone, having a little struggle so far.
And it's easy to forget the longer that he's been here, he's assumed more of a spark plug role, but at his core, Carlos Dominguez is a power hitter. That's why he was up in the lower levels of the minors. That's what was his calling card with the New York Mets affiliate, and that home run swing comes alive again here in Hamilton tonight. Nickel auto taking there on 3-0. Trying to make Yokoyama find the zone himself.
That he is. As Nickel puts a charge in this one, but it's going to stay in the yard in center field. He flies out for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Rocky Mountain Thunder, Mr. Tyler Duncan, with one away. Nickel retired on the F8.
Stepping up to the plate, the center fielder, number 5, Tyler Duncan.
Duncan steps into the plate. Riding a little bit of a hot streak here. But hasn't homered since the All-Star game. But, you know, that's kind of Tyler's style, though.
Yeah, they don't have to all be homers.
No, he's been hitting the cover off the baseball, though.
Yeah, he can go gap to gap, double, triple. He'll walk a bunch.
Coming in batting .318 on the evening. 6 home runs, 27 RBIs. So he swings through that one, and it's counting as 1-1 here with one away.
Last time these two teams faced off in Chatham, Duncan took Yokoyama to deep center.
That he did. Pretty sure that's why I'm not allowed to go back on their broadcasts. Or am I allowed to jump on the PA system? Just giving you guys fair warning. If we're playing you guys in the playoffs, I may come down to Chatham-Kent. I'll watch from the other side of the fence if I have to.
I think
it's okay.
Advance notice is best.
Yes. I shall not jump on microphones. I promise. As Duncan goes swinging and missing on that one, he goes down on strikes. Now 2 away here for Jaden Brown.
Stepping up to the plate, third baseman number 6.
Duncan getting a healthy dose of breaking balls. Wasn't going to get much good to hit Yokoyama, knowing what Duncan did to him last time. And meanwhile, Jaden Brown coming up to bat now. He is all of a sudden on a hot streak. He's been doing a lot of work behind the scenes with the woman down at first base, Jamie Lever, to polish off his swing. And he's been given a nice vote of confidence here with a slot in the cleanup spot tonight.
That he has been. He's been hot too. He's got the average of the 247 as he fouls this one out of play off to our right. 3 home runs, 14 RBIs. He's batting 1,000 against Yokoyama.
That he is. Hit a ground rule double off him in this very ballpark to the deepest part of the yard.
That one, yeah,
back in early June.
That was that game that, you know, if it doesn't bounce over the fence, we tie that ball game. If that is grounded out to the shortstop, 6-3 goes to put out, and the Cardinals are done here in the first inning. But they do lead at 1-0 here on Cable 14 after 1. But yes, out of town, very important games going on as well throughout the inter-county this evening. London Majors taking on the Guelph Royals. That should be just underway as well. And Barrie and Brantford are playing. The Baycats, of course, thumping the Maple Leafs last night pretty soundly to move back up in the standings a little bit and then tie back with the London Majors as far as that stuff goes. But yes, even that season series is pretty high as far as that stuff goes. I'm not sure where that one is. I think actually Barrie has the season series in that one.
Stephen Hospital is our next suspect.
The doctor's up there, and you know.
Well, I hope for the Cardinals' sake it's not him. That would be a pretty big loss to the bullpen. They've already suffered one, Connor Corey, you know.
Yeah, we can't lose any more bullpen arms here.
Yeah, that was quite the game in Barrie last night. Toronto's deadline acquisition import pitcher Franklin Hernandez had gotten off to a swimming start in the IBL, and then it all fell apart last night. Barrie came to play.
That they did, and just know they didn't seem to take the foot off the gas whatsoever. Even in the 8th inning, they were still hitting baseballs pretty hard. Guys off the bench were hitting home runs last night. And
it got so out of hand that Baycats position player
Nolan
Macabrota pitched the 9th inning.
Yeah, got a chance to pitch in the 9th inning. You know, that happens, and that, you know, especially this time of year when you just want to save some arms, you don't want to have to exuberate everybody. And I think the Baycats are pretty much qualified pretty much anybody they needed to qualify, so they're well ahead of the game there as far as that stuff goes. I know the Cardinals are pretty close with, I think, the last couple of guys that just needed a couple more bats here, and they probably will qualify this evening.
Yeah, both Hildebrandt and Veloci are all that's left besides newcomer Drew Lawrence on the position player side. Both Nick and Matt only need, I think it's less than 10 plate appearances for both. I can't remember the number off the top of my head, and then Drew Lawrence needs 3 more starts and I believe 15 or 16 plate appearances to qualify, but lots of baseball left, so that shouldn't be a problem. And then on the pitcher's side, I think it's just Casey Howard, Drew Mainprice, and Logan Workington, but they're all less than 2 innings away.
Yeah,
so
they'll probably get those pretty easily in the next couple of days.
Oh, yeah.
But an important weekend for the Cardinals is that first pitch misses inside for a ball from Sandana on Ota. Sorry, that wasn't Ota. That was Fukuda. He pops this one in the right field. Dominguez is underneath that one. And there's one away here in the second inning. Just tuning in, Cardinals up 1-0 thanks to the home run by the right fielder out there, Carlos Dominguez. And Sadler Goodwin will be the batter now. Goodwin with the big home run in the All-Star game here. Last time he was at this place. Takes a big swing and a miss on that one. First strike one.
I was going to say that was a A big day for Sadler. I believe he was the only one to go yard in that All-Star game. And it was off Dustin Richardson, no less.
That it was, which Richardson doesn't usually give up too many home runs. And that one's a called strike on the outer half. Goodwin didn't like that call. He falls behind the count now at 0-2. Owen Constantino waits in the wings here after Goodwin. As Goodwin hits this one on the line, right at Dominguez, he takes a couple steps in. He'll make the catch. 2 away now. Got to shout out the Goodwin clan watching at home in the United States. I know they've been up here for a few times, and hope they enjoyed the scenery up here in Canada. Of course, now we got to shout out the folks for Owen Constantino. I love the send-off his whole family gave him before he came to join the Barnstormers. Caught it on social media. I thought that was really, really touching. He had no idea they were going to throwing him a party. As he swings through that first offering from Saldana for strike 1.
And Constantino, the Ottawa product, correct?
He is.
Yep.
Played with the Carleton Ravens. He was the MVP of the national tournament. A big RBI double in the top of the 7th inning. Give the Carleton Ravens the championship.
That's
over the Guelph Royals.
That's one way to put yourself on the radar of IBL clubs.
Yeah. Don Menard was at that whole tournament. As everybody thought they got the punch out on that one. A little too far outside. 1-2 now on Constantino. The only one not moving was the umpire and Constantino.
Well, good on Owen to have the 2-strike approach there. It was a little off the plate.
Checks his swing, holds it back. The appeal is not going to go down to third. Chatham-Kent says he did not go around. He didn't introduce the umpires. Ryan Jackson is behind the plate. David Phillips is at first base, and the veteran Chatham-Kent is at third. Chatham's been doing games since I started. And even before, I'm pretty sure.
How about Owen Constantino battling back in this count? A couple really good takes with 2 strikes, and now he's worked back full.
Exactly. See him rocking the Sambat, so I guess that makes sense. And that one, unfortunately, is inside. He's just asking where it was. He goes down looking. That's 2 punch-outs in the evening for Saldana here, as the Cardinals lead this one on Cable 14, 1-0. As we head to the home half of the 2nd inning momentarily here. But you see Jonathan Salazzo taking the sights today. Of course, he was at the beach earlier today, having some fun with his better half.
I saw that on his Instagram. I was like, it's a nice little pregame outing.
Yeah. It was his better half saying, hey, you got to get going home. You got to go to the ball game. So, shout out to Kim for keeping the priorities straight. Giving up the together time to get Mr. Salazzo here in time for baseball. Joey Yokohama works through his warm-ups here. 1-0 Cardinals leading here in the home half of the 2nd inning. Thank you so much for tuning in on Cable 14, wherever you're watching. Again, once again, big shout-outs to the folks in Chatham-Kent tuning in wherever they may be watching as well on Cable 14. We do appreciate it. Of course, shout-out to the Majors fans watching between innings in that contest, as well as they're going to be bringing that game here, our game here, to those fans between half innings as well. So if you're catching us between half innings and going, hey, we can just switch to another game. No, you're just watching this one as I like these kind of this too.
Yeah.
I like these kind of this too. Yammer Hernandez coming up to the plate now, and with the Cardinals leading this one 1-0, we'd like to see him put another charge on the baseball here. Of course, the big grand slam in Chatham-Kent the last time he faced his team. And why I'm not allowed to go on the PA system. It was all in fun, but everything else. No more announcements from you, as everybody's saying in the text messages here too. Yes.
People don't forget.
They don't. I'm pretty sure there's a ban sign at the gate. You see this man? Please alert security. Please tape his mouth shut. Not allowed to speak his name.
Chatham-Kent's most wanted.
Yeah. There we go. Can't get a shirt in Hamilton, but I'm sure I got wanted posters in Chatham-Kent. All in good fun, guys and gals. We had a blast down there. Thanks for the hospitality. Thanks for the dinner recommendations. Jenny and I had a great time down there. It was so nice to meet so many of you guys. And sorry if we missed anybody. We were kind of busy. Every time I turned around, I couldn't even. I think it took me half an hour to get from the concession stand to the actual seats, and then it was like people were asking to introduce Mr. Rodney and everything else. So it's like, he's down in the bullpen. Just go help yourselves. Go introduce yourselves to him. I have never said hi to him, so I can't do anything better as far as that stuff goes. And then we made the rounds around the stadium as well and took some sights in and saw some people we hadn't seen quite so far. As this one's fouled away, Hernandez stays alive at 0-2. Nobody away here in the home half of the second inning. Cardinals leading this one 1-0. Hernandez, Rempel, and Matt Hildebrandt due up in the inning. As Hernandez watches that one sail outside for a ball. 1-2 the count now. Hernandez puts a charge in this one. That's maybe over the head of the left fielder. Actually makes a diving stop, but it comes out of the glove. Hernandez on his way to second, in there with a stand-up double. A valiant effort by the left fielder, unfortunately just all for naught there.
Well, it's
unable to pull that one in.
It's tough because on one hand, like it did pop in and out of his glove, but on the other, Yammer Hernandez does deserve to be at second base right now with that swing. He hit that one on the screws.
Yeah.
Got a fastball inner half and torched it, and we've seen it before when he gets his A swing off, when that bat speed's up to what it can be, he can put a charge into it with the best of them. And good start for the Cardinals this inning.
His opening night debut in Kitchener, I swear, if it was at the Rogerson, it was off the second deck that one he hit the one night. It was loud and gone long time as Rempel's sitting here showing bunt here. Guys willing to do anything they can here to just get runners in scoring position now.
And that's a mindset you got to have, especially going into the final fraction of the regular season here and into the playoffs. Wherever you are in the order, no matter what your role is, you got to be ready to do whatever it takes. Scratch them across.
No question you do. And a lot of scoreboard watching going on for sure these next few days. Cardinals have got a busy week ahead of themselves. Busy weekend, and we play Tuesday night in the rank-up game against the Guelph Royals. I believe it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday again?
Yep, Friday through Sunday. Guelph will be back on Friday night, and then it's in Barrie Saturday, in Brantford Sunday.
Interesting way to close out the season, that's for sure. Really tough stretch here, but it's also gut tech and gut checks and everything else going on. Just hey, if you want to be a home field advantage, here's your opportunity, guys. Just got to play some baseball. So Rempel works with a 1-2 count now. That one misses upstairs. 2-2 now the count. Rempel missed pretty much most of June with injuries and ailments and everything else, but back. It's great to see him back in the lineup and hopefully healthy anyways. His arm, of course, when he slid into that thing down the line, got a little gashed up, and hopefully it's clearing up too. So he hits a bullet right at the third baseman. Great stop by the third baseman. Long throw be in time. And Hernandez has to hold at second base with one away now. Just a great stop. He took that one off the chest there, the third baseman did, and makes the play.
Yeah, and Rempel, as you said, missed some time, but he's been pretty quick to acclimatize, if that swing is any indication. Hitting the ball on the screws there that time, but a nice play by Ota to get in front of it. I'll bring up Matt Hildebrandt.
Hildebrandt had a couple of hits in Brantford on the weekend as well, so great to see him getting the reps in here and just getting a chance to swing the bat like he used to do. I'd love to see a Hildebrandt moonshot at some point.
Yeah, and Hildy, certainly a veteran by this point. The Cardinals, again, have to get him qualified for the playoffs, so this game will go some ways toward making that happen.
High chopper up the middle, and Yokoyama gets the ball. He'll throw to first in time. Hernandez had to stay put because we weren't sure if it was going to be caught in the air or not. And Tommy Reyes Cruz will be the batter now. 1-3 goes the put out on Hildebrandt. 2 away now.
second baseman number 25, Tommy Reyes Cruz.
And TRC was flashing some power at the bottom of the lineup out in Brantford on Sunday.
And he was.
Trying to spark the Cardinals toward a comeback. They got most of the way there, but his two-run homer made things interesting for a bit there.
He did. He takes strike one here with 2 away. 1-0 Cardinals leading this one on Cable 14. Thank you so much for tuning in. Drew Lawrence waits in the wings here. Reyes Cruz hits this one up high in the infield. Sadler Goodwin camps underneath it, make the one-handed grab, and that'll end the inning here. Cardinals leading this one on Cable 14, 1-0. And we'll give a big shout out to our friends at Armstrong Birdseed here as we take a quick pause in the action here on Cable 14.
Sometimes the littlest things can make the biggest difference. Like nature brightening your day. Bring nature to your backyard with Armstrong Bird Food. Feeding Cardinals since 1986.
It's got to be the top of the third inning. That means one thing. That means our friends at Deningers are allowing the kids to once again run the bases here. And never ceases to amaze me how many kids come out on a Friday night here and run the bases with mom and dad sometimes, and the little ones having fun with grandma and grandpa out here too. As you're seeing, they're doing the slow trots around the bases.
Yeah, Logan Workington, Cardinals reliever, looked like he was going to try and get in on the fun there. He came out guns a-blazing in a full sprint until about the catcher's area and then said, nope.
No, that's it. Just a psych.
Not me. Not my time.
Something.
Not my time to shine.
Maybe later. Yeah, some little ones are getting kind of gassed out here.
Yeah, it's 90 feet between each bag, but I gotta imagine it gets longer and longer.
Well, exactly. Those little legs are going like, oh man, where's the golf cart? Like, come on, get me out of here. I didn't think it was that far. It looks a lot shorter on TV, Dad. Grandpa, you might have to carry me off here. There we go. Last one's off, and everybody got off safely. No knee scrapes, no dirt naps or anything like that. We're all good. Everybody is safely away. So the last one is making his way off the field now with his, I think it's grandpa.
Hang in there. Just a couple more steps.
I think he was in bride with a freezy. They usually work.
There you go.
There we go. Top of the third inning, 1-0 for the Cardinals. They struck early in the home half of the first inning, courtesy of the solo blast from Carlos Dominguez. Enrique Saldana will now face
Victor Plaz.
Victor Plaz, yes.
Welcome
former
back.
London Major, former Barrie Baycat.
Yeah.
The Montrealer back in the IBL.
Yeah, Victor joining the Barnstormers at the signing deadline, was persuaded to return to the league evidently. Last year with the London Majors, hit .275, couple of bombs.
Indeed. Of course, we got to shout out one of the Cardinals super fans, Michael Benoit. It's his birthday tonight, so where else would he be down the line but celebrating with us? Of course, I sent him a private message on his Facebook, so hopefully he got it later. Gets to it later, and happy birthday to you, Mike. Thanks for being a dedicated Hamiltonian and Hamilton fan in general, but I know he loves his Cardinals. Always jumps in with a couple of voice messages on my Facebook DMs. This one's chopped high in the air. Brown up with it. Long throw will be take a high bounce and bounces off the fence here. Plaz is going to hold at first. That one just unfortunately pounded into the ground and hopped way away here.
Well, it was a low throw off the bat, and Tanner Rempel was getting ready to make the scoop at first, and then nasty hop and up over his head. Nothing he could do. It was a tough play for Brown, who had to wait back on it. Of course, the high chopper, in hindsight, would have been better probably just eating that one, but the silver lining is that Plaz does not turn and go to second.
Pretty sure that would be scored as single on that one. There's no chance Brown was going to get Plaz down the line anyways, but he tried. And thankfully only stopped at first. And the ball didn't skip out of play. Went off the fence, but Plaz had already turned around by that time. Nobody away here in the top of the third inning. Saldana goes over back, quick throw over, Plaz back safely. First ditch engagement charge to Saldana on the at-bat now, as Braxton Hageth now the batter. Hageth and Morrison, the two guys, will be leaving shortly for the Barnstormers. Back to the college they go. Some big holes and big shoes to fill in this Barnstormers lineup. That one misses low. Count now 1-0 on Hageth.
And as much as you don't want to say that it changes the outlook for the Barnstormers heading into the playoffs, these are two quality hitters. Morrison again standing on deck. He's been so consistent in that leadoff spot, and they'll be hoping to replace his production any way they can.
No question.
Come crunch time.
Yep. That one misses outside. Count now 2-0 on Hageth, who's batting the 9 spot tonight. Saldana with a long look in here for Hernandez for the sign. His 2-0 offering is fouled away by Hageth. 2-1 now to count with nobody away. Other two games in the out-of-town scoreboard are still scoreless. Marion Brantford probably in a sun delay, I'm assuming. They just can't win there. They tried to start it early, but it's just unfortunately the sun is just how it sets now at this time of year. It's like, no, it doesn't quite work that way, guys. May have to switch to afternoon games. Or start them like 4 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon or something and not have to worry about the sun until the very late stages.
Well, they began the season with the later nighttime starts, 8 o'clock or so, but then they
changed it over.
Yeah, they shifted them back. I guess they were thinking better turnout, maybe.
Well, it makes for a very late night on a Friday. That's for sure.
It does. And there's no real winning, I guess, in that scenario.
No, there's not, because like I can just think off the top when I was doing various things for various other teams in the league. It's like, okay, yeah, they got the Friday night game in Brantford. Okay, that game's not going to start till 8:30. And it's always 11:30 midnight by the time anything goes. If you're trying to reach a print deadline or anything else, forget that, because it's not going to happen. But even the web deadlines and everything else, it's like, okay, yeah, it's after midnight. We're filing things, and we're going to bed, and then, you're getting up for an afternoon game next afternoon.
Exactly.
As Saldana works now with a 3-2 count on Hageth. .30 pitches to the contest so far for Saldana. Throws over, and they got him at first base.
Wow.
A great move by Saldana. Picks off Victor Plaz. 1-3 goes to put one away now. And Saldana will go back to work here on Hageth. Steve Charles down the line having a conversation with Dave Phillips, the first base umpire. Plaz still standing on the bag, planning to plead the case.
Well, first pitch, Saldana made the move over to try and pick him off, and it was a lot closer than you would think, given that it was before the first pitch of the next at-bat. Plaz has 7 stolen bases in 78 career IBL games, so it was not like he was a massive threat to run, but it was clearly on Saldana's mind because he was getting a nice lead over there, and the second time he got him.
Caught him a little bit napping, I think. He just kind of seemed like he was in the middle of his secondary move over, and boom, oh, there you go. There's a ground ball, Nickel up with it. Actually, it's going to go off his glove, and Hageth will reach the board here on the E6.
Stepping up to the plate, the second baseman, number 44, Evan Morrison.
Barnstormers once again get a base runner here in the third inning. Now with one away. And back to the top of the order is Evan Morrison, who led off the ball game with a double, but got stranded at third base in the first inning.
A little excuse-me swing there by Hageth on a changeup outside the zone, but he put it in play, and the Bernie Arbor grass did the rest. Nickel unable to come up with it and charge it perfectly. And a consolation prize for the Barnstormers after the pickoff of Plaz as they're rewarded with another base runner.
Yep. As Morrison swings through that offering from Saldana for strike one. I think Saldana was just a little more deliberate on where he was going to put that location on that one to Morrison this time. Whereas that first pitch that Morrison jumped on in the first inning seemed a little bit higher in the zone. This one was definitely a lot lower. Morrison shows bunt and puts a great one down the line here. Saldana will have no play here, as Hernandez unfortunately got in his way as well. Be a bunt signal for Morrison, who's now 2 for 2 in the contest. Runners at first and second with just one away here in the inning.
That was a fantastic bunt by Evan Morrison.
That kid can play. Definitely in that short conversation for Rookie of the Year nominations, that's for sure. Of course, Rookie of the Year, the award's requirements are you have to be Canadian, you cannot have signed a pro contract prior to playing in the IBL, so makes it a little interesting. But Tristan Clark is another one of those guys. He hadn't played pro at all, but he's a little bit older, but hey, it's his first season in the IBL, and it's been quite the story for the Barrie Baycats. As Groening swings and misses that offer, he went down swinging in the first inning. Of course, last year they were hoping for Seth Strong to be the Rookie of the Year, but unfortunately only had to settle for the MVP.
Darn.
But yes, he was an American, so he wasn't eligible for the Rookie of the Year, despite his numbers. That was in there for a called strike on Groening. And the count is 0-2 with one away. So Dana would love to get another ground ball here, get his defense flip one up the middle here.
You give them a chance to redeem themselves.
That one misses outside. Good spot to miss on that one. Trying to get the youngster to chase one here. The Blenheim Naslip. In just his second week officially in the league, actually, I guess technically third. He did play in one game the week prior on August 1st. One-two offering. It's called strike 3 on Grinning. He goes down looking, but another punch out for Saldana, his third of the contest. And Spencer Marcus, the center fielder, will be the batter now.
Well, we talked about Saldana being a ground ball pitcher and able to turn that double play, but he can also take matters into his own hands on 1-2. Sorry, that was absolute paint. Slider down and away, nothing Groening could do about that one. Perfect pitch.
That it was. Marcus is 0 for 1. He grounded out 6-3 and had a little bit of a tumble down the line his first time up. But he's a gamer. He's stuck into the ball game so far.
That he is.
Fouls off the first offering, off to our right now to play. That's not the My Leg one. Okay. That's the broken glass.
Where'd you park today, Neil?
Tennis court.
All right, you're good.
We're good. There was a lot of cars here when we came in early.
As you said, great crowd.
Yes. Jenny were like going, okay, is there something else going on? But it's like, no, it was just everybody lined up for the Cardinals game. That one just misses low. Saldana works with a 1-1 count now. Yushinota will be batting after the hit. After Marcus, should Spencer Marcus find a way aboard here. Saldana gets from the stretch, gets the sign from Hernandez. 1-1 offering. Is chopped right at the third baseman. Brown will just go across the diamond when he should probably just pick the easy one himself. But the out is recorded. 5-3 goes the put out on Spencer Marcus. He is retired, as are the Barnstormers. They strand a pair of base runners here in the third inning. It's the Cardinals leading this one 1-0 here on Cable 14.
Because he wanted to resell team gear, and I saw that there was a hanger, the same hanger we use at the merch tent, broken in his locker. What is the story here, Miss Mel? Look, okay, he was trying to resell that. I told him he was messing with my daughter,
That is usually the Spectre gadget theme.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I was wondering that.
I'm like, well, it's not 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't have to go to school anymore. So, you know, I haven't heard that in quite some time. Couldn't convince my kids to watch that show, but, you know, Phineas and Ferb and a lot of Bluey. Some other ones in there, too. But, yes. That's bottom of the third inning. Here we are. Your Cardinals leading this one 1-0 on Cable 14. I'm Neil Sherwaspa. Matt Crilly joining us in the box this weekend as Reed Duthie is away at a wedding. So if you're looking for Reed, I'm sorry, he's in Belleville. And hopefully enjoying the time with his friends and everything else and having a great celebration. But Drew Lawrence will lead things off in the home half of the third inning before Carlos Dominguez, who is the difference in this ballgame with the solo blast off Yori Yokohama in the first inning.
Yeah, Lawrence, by his own admission, he said he would need some time to get underway. He was telling people before the game last Friday, hey, I might be a little slow to get going, and he did strike out multiple times. He didn't have the quickest start in a Cardinal uniform, but today he was talking about he's feeling much better. Talking to Drew pre-game, he says his approach is simple. Low line drives, right center field gap. That's where he sets his sights.
He's got the wheels, and if he can get to set the sights on there and just get them to land, he's going to do great things here in this lineup.
Stepping up to the plate, the left fielder number 1, Drew Lawrence.
Of course, I know exactly where he got his bat and his batting gloves, where I read Braden Farrington down at the Sports for Sports in London. And, of course, we're not sponsored by those guys, but that's where he got his gear.
Well, the London connection to this Cardinals team is pretty strong at this point. Lawrence, Reyes Cruz, Josh Williams, Owen Boone.
Yep. Lawrence shows bunt, but pulls it back. Takes ball 1. Had the third baseman now creeping in a little bit. Lawrence with good wheels. I don't blame him. Of course, Josh Bain jumps in and says it's the Can USA games this weekend. That's why the parking lot had a lot of flames as the track meet's going on down the line here. That would explain it.
Yeah, they were doing some publicity for this game on their social media.
Yeah. They have Fernando Rodney tagging the pitcher, if I'm not mistaken, as Lawrence takes a strike there, and the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes now.
Figures to take the bunt out of the equation now. With 2 strikes on Drew Lawrence.
That it does. That one misses low. And they run the count to 2-2. But yes, a great crowd on hand tonight. And a big one on Cable 14 as well. So thank you so much for tuning in, as always, on Friday Night Baseball.
You usually count on the grandstand to be packed, but it's always a good sign when the silver stands are pretty full, too.
Yes, exactly. I'm pretty sure that the playoff tickets are not on sale yet, but they will be going on sale very shortly, I'm sure. We just have to wait for the dates to be confirmed and everything else. And the Cardinal fans will definitely have to purchase them in droves as Lawrence swings and misses that when he goes down on strikes for the first out here in the third inning. Another strikeout for Yokoyama. His second of the night.
Stepping up to the plate, the right fielder, number 30, Carlos Dominguez.
It's Carlos Dominguez, who homered in the first inning, will be the batter now. Interesting to see if they change their approach against Dominguez here, or they're just going to go after him. Of course, it was a 3-2 pitch. He got up in the zone. Yokoyama just missed on that one, and Dominguez made him pay. Dominguez shows bunt again, and the third baseman will have to probably play even with the edge of the grass once again. Dominguez has got good wheels as well.
Yeah, don't let the home run distract you. Carlos Dominguez can lay a bunt down just like anybody else.
Dominguez swings and misses that offering. Evens the count at 1-1 here. London Majors up 2-0 on the Guelph Royals. Brantford and Barrie, probably just finishing up the sun delay, have no score. Usually about 8:30, the sun goes back to sleep in center field there. Dominguez hits a rifle and almost takes out Luis Bernardo with that one. We almost had another murder on the field.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Murder mystery night gone wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, if I am Yokoyama right now, I am not even considering giving Dominguez a fastball just below the belt.
No.
He's lucky that he wasn't able to keep that one fair because he scorched it.
Fans acknowledging Luis still got the moves down there. It's not dead. At least not yet.
Yeah,
if Dominguez hits another missile like that down there, you never know. That one sails way out of hand, and that's probably the wise choice on that pitch. That was definitely the call. Way outside on that one, but that was just a bit further outside than we expected.
If there were ever a time to say just a bit outside, that would be it.
Yep. Somewhere Bob Euchre's smiling, going, okay, that wasn't quite how I do it, but, you know. That one's strike 3. Dominguez not liking that one, but I'm not sure if he has much to say. He's already got a home run, so let's just go back to the dugout and stay in this ballgame. 2 away now as Yokohama gets a pair of strikeouts here in the 3rd inning.
Stepping up to the plate, the shortstop, number 32.
And then I bring up Brandon Nickel, who had a flare out to center field his first time up in the 1st inning. Thanks for the text message, Cole. You're welcome back in Chatham anytime. Our print shop doesn't like the production of your band sign. You have to wait until you get here. We're good. All right. I'm going to have to pay off that print shop a little further. We really appreciate that, guys and gals. Had a lot of fun down there. If you haven't been down there, I definitely recommend taking the trip on a weekend.
A lot of history out at Fergie Jenkins Field out that way.
And indeed. That one misses inside, and the count 2-1 on Nickel. Of course, Cole Dupuis is the producer of the Barnstormers TV this year and has been doing a great job. Dan Dominguez, of course, their official scorer. The man with all the stats. He does a great job, too. And comebacker to Yokoyama, he will flip the ball to first himself. And Nickel is retired. Cardinals go 3 up, 3 down here in the home half of the 3rd inning. And we're leading this one 1-0 here on Cable 14.
These days at your local Legion, we're marching to the beat of a different drum. On a mission to support veterans, to have fun, and to welcome everyone to our ranks. You don't have to be a veteran to join the Legion. And as a member, you'll join thousands of others serving our veterans, our communities, and our country. Oh yeah, and our Member Perks program will save you thousands on shopping, dining, products, and services across the country. Join us at legion.ca.
Top of the 4th inning we go here at Bernie Arbor Stadium on Cable 14. Neil Sherwastwa, Matt Creeley up in the booth as the Cardinals leading this one 1-0. Enrique Saldana out here to start the 4th inning against these Barnstormers. In a very tight pitcher's duel so far, Matt.
Yeah, it looked like the bats were going to be out early in this one with Carlos Dominguez's leadoff home run in the bottom of the 1st for the Cardinals, but that is the only offense we've gotten up to this point. Both teams with some quality contact, some base runners, but that is still the difference of the ballgame through the 1st third.
That it is. And Yoshinoda will lead things off here. His second at bat, 0 for 1 in the contest. Barnstormers had 3 base runners aboard so far. Sorry, 4 base runners aboard, but nothing to show for it so far. Got a runner to third base in the 1st inning as he swings and misses at that one, and the count is 1-1 here from Saldana. This one has got a charge, and that's going to down in front of Dominguez. Leadoff man aboard to start the 4th inning for the Barnstormers.
Saldana tried to go back to the changeup away after sawing Ota off with a slider inside, and he left a little too much out over the plate. Ota did a great job. He's got good plate coverage to stay on that one and shoot it out into right center for a classic leadoff medium line drive base hit.
I bring up Masuki Fukuda now. 0 for 1 in the contest. He flew it to right field his first time up. Grounder up the middle, and that's going to get past the diving Tommy Reyes-Cruz, and it's runners at first and second here with nobody away. Back-to-back singles to start the fourth inning for the Barnstormers.
Stepping up to the plate, the beer batter, shortstop number 3, Sadler Goodwin.
I'm going to bring up Sadler Goodwin, who flew it to right field his first time up in the second inning.
Yeah, Facundo came out swinging that time, fastball in. Kind of got a little sawed off on it, didn't make the best contact, but he found the hole in between first and second. The Cardinals were giving him that right side, and he does a good job of using the whole field.
That he does.
Now we got multiple runners on for the beer batter, Sadler Goodwin. This is high stakes for both sides.
Royals have rallied to tie that ball game in the bottom of the third inning at 2 apiece at Labatt Park. It's Frias versus Travis Keys, so we will definitely going to see Victor Payano on Sunday.
Looks like it.
Now misses inside for a ball.
And Payano, last time he was here at Bernie Arbor, took the loss despite striking out 13 and walking 0. He got tagged for 5 earned runs. 5-1 was the final that day.
And it was.
Had to have been a weight off the Cardinals' shoulders after just, there's no other way to put it, he owned them for quite some time there.
He did. Well, especially last year, especially in the postseason.
Oh, that playoff performance by Payano was something else.
Yep.
I think it was 2 starts in the series, what, something like 26, 27 combined strikeouts?
Yep. Goodwin with a great bunt down the line. Brown's going to have to throw it first, and Rempel unable to scoop it, and it's going to be bases loaded.
Yeah, complicated play on the bunt there. Brown was charging. Saldana gets out of the way. And Rempel was already playing in, so Tommy Reyes-Cruz has to cover it first, but Brown's low throw, TRC can't dig it out. And I'm not sure what the scoring is going to be on that one, but either way, the Barnstormers have them loaded now with nobody out. They're putting the ball in play, and the Cardinals' defense is so far not up to the task.
That was scored an infield single on there, which is probably the right call in that situation. Can't really fault him on the error on that one. It was just not a lot on that bunt. So a trio of singles to start the inning here, and the Barnstormers are loaded the bases. And Constantino takes ball 1. Saldana leads another ground ball here, and the Cardinals need to turn some defensive magic here.
Yammer Hernandez should be on high alert at home in case they come home with the force play.
That one's fouled off by Constantino. Evens the count at 1-1.
Saldana's just got to throw strikes here and continue to get ahead of batters, because that's when he was at his most effective earlier in this game. He can't worry about balls being put in play and such. He's just got to control what he can. Try and tightrope out of danger here.
Constantino chases that one in the dirt. Now 1-2 the count. Saldana trying to help his own cause here. .50 pitches on the night for Enriquez Saldana. Working with a 1-2 count with nobody away now in the fourth. That one misses outside, evens the count 2-2. Constantino's definitely got a lot of patience to play. For a young hitter, that's a good sign.
Absolutely, and especially one with the power in the bat that he has. If you can show a willingness to control it at his age, certainly bodes well for his future.
Saldana gets the sign from Enriquez. And time called here is seems to be taking a little longer here. So Constantino will call time here. And everybody will reset with a 2-2 count here. Two-two offering. Swung on and missed. Constantino goes down on strikes. His second punch out of the night. And that's the first out here in the fourth inning. Victor Plaz, who singled his last time out before getting caught stealing at first base, will be the batter now.
Hitter number 34, Victor Plaz.
That's a ballsy pitch by Saldana. Going elevated fastball to a lefty power hitter like Constantino, but he swings right through it. Good job by Enrique to trust his stuff. He's one out closer now. They're a double play away.
I wouldn't put it past the Barnstormers to try to just squeeze one home here.
Me neither.
Especially when Brown is playing way behind third base.
I like the way you think there.
Plaz watches that one sail outside for ball one. But sometimes you just catch the defense napping a little bit on this situation. They okay, we're going to play back here and try to play at double play depth. And hey, well, you got a guy like Plaz that can run down the line pretty well. Wouldn't be surprised to see a push him going through here. He lines this one over the head of Nickel, and that's going to get in there for a base hit. 2 runs will come home easily, and the Barnstormers will take the lead on 2-1 on the 2 RBI single by Victor Plaz. Plaz doing a good job, just climb the ladder a little bit and put that one up, just up and over the head of Nickel at shortstop. Brings home Oda and brings home Fukuda as well. Barnstormers now leading this one 2-1 as Sadler Goodwin stopped at second base. Plaz at first now with 2 RBIs.
Yeah, I'm sympathetic to Saldana there. He didn't make a bad pitch. He located it a bit off the corner, but at the same time, he did start Plaz with that exact pitch. And once he saw it twice, he got a better read on it this time. Stayed through it in center field for a clutch base hit.
Braxton Haggis is 0 for 1 in the contest. Did reach on an error as last time, swing through the first offering from Saldana here in the 4th. Only 1 away here in the Barnstormers' top of the 4th inning. They now lead this one 2-1. Big swing and a miss on that one for Haggett. And Saldana's got him on the ropes at 0-2. Chopper at the third baseman. Brown up with it. He'll tag the runner going across, and that's all they'll get. Oh, he throws it up the line, and that could be trouble. Didn't think Brown was going to throw it across, but he does. Now a runner's going to come home. Plaz on his horse. He's going to slide in, and he's underneath the tag. He scores. It's 3-1 for the Barnstormers. Haggith will reach on the E5. Goodwin comes around to, Goodwin is tagged out going to third by Brown. 5 unassisted. Victor Plaz goes first to home on the throw and comes in to score as Haggith reaches on the error. And now at second base. Just an unfortunate turn of events here for Enrique Saldana and company. This one's hit at Brown. He'll step and throw across the diamond in time to get the final out here, as Morrison is retired on the 5-3. But the Barnstormers strike for 3 runs and now lead this one 3-1 here on Cable 14.
Cardinals, the score is 3-1 Chatham as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning.
Layla, you have worked every game this season. Did you notice anything different about Connor before?
Barnstormers just making the most of what they were able to string some hits together. Of course, that's when the Barnstormer way all season long. Sometimes they score in bunches, and that's just another key example of that happening once again here tonight.
Yeah, and I think on that play where the 3rd run came across, it's just ill-advised by Jaden Brown. And
yeah, I think he was just a little too excited to think, okay, I got a chance. I got the guy here, and I got a chance to throw across, but the throw was way up the line here, and there was nothing Rempel could do to even flag it down.
Yeah, and he even though he had to tag the runner beforehand, he might have had more time than he thought. You know, you'd rather come set and be a half second late on the throw to first than rush it and throw it up the line, because that's when chaos can start on the bases.
Well, exactly. With such a big out-of-play area here, too, as well. It just goes up the line, and scoots down the line even further, if it goes into the bullpen, is definitely more trouble, and that's exactly what happened. Plaza able to go around go to first to home on that one.
There are a couple things the Cardinals can be encouraged by, though. Number one, last time against Yuri Yokoyama, they really started to tee off in the middle innings, and we're going to the bottom of the fourth. This is exactly when, in Chatham a month ago, the tide started to turn for the offense, so they're more than capable of coming back. And number two, you got to love the way Enrique Saldana battled there. He got a strikeout with bases loaded, nobody out, made a good pitch that Plaz just had an even better piece of hitting on to have the go-ahead base hit.
Yeah.
I don't have many complaints about how Saldana handled the tricky traffic-filled situation on the bases.
Well, exactly. As Tyler Duncan will lead things off in the home half of the fourth inning. His team now down by 2 runs. At 3-1 here on Cable 14. I'm Neil Sherwas with Matt Creeley on the call with us. Thank you for tuning in on Cable 14, wherever you may be watching. A huge shout out to the folks in Chatham-Kent watching as well. And if the London Majors fans are watching between innings as well, thank you so much for watching their biggest baseball game on Majors TV as well. I know they've got us up between innings. This is outside for a ball on Duncan. Yes, lots of scoreboard watching going on here in London and in Brantford, as well as the Baycats and Brantford Red Sox are doing battle tonight. A lot of parity this year, as Duncan works with a 2-0 count in his favor. That one's in there for a called strike. Now 2 balls and 1 strike for Yokoyama. Duncan struck out his first time up. 0 for 1 in the contest. That one's called strike on the other half. Evens the count at 2-2.
Home plate umpire Ryan Jackson flashing 3-2 with his.
Maybe it is 3-2.
With his fingers.
Maybe Nate was a pitch behind because he was figuring out something out from the last half inning. That one is there, and it's going to be a ball, a leadoff walk for Tyler Duncan here. Our bat. And Jaden Brown will be the batter now. Grounded out 6 for his first time up.
As is often the culprit, I'll defer the blame to the Bernie Arbor scoreboard on that one.
The old girl just doesn't got it like she used to.
Yeah, that's all good.
Yep. It's on the wish list, as there's some handrails down the middle lines here, just because, for safety and everything else. It's an older stadium, and these stairs are pretty steep. And I'm sure there's a laundry list of things downstairs, too.
Yeah, I mean, they did some great work on the office over the winter. Don't really have any complaints about that one for the time being. Yeah, no question, operationally, in and around everywhere, they're always looking at what they could upgrade.
This one's skied high in the air here. Second baseman and first baseman converging, and it's going to be the second baseman who will make the catch for the first out. And that music means one thing, and it's not John Cena. That's Yammer Hernandez coming to the plate now.
I love how Yammer started off with a very chill, mellow, I believe it was a Latin gospel song that he started as a walk-up song, and then a couple weeks ago, randomly he was like, no, I'm changing it to John Cena.
Yep.
I was like, wow, that was unexpected.
I was very enthralled with SummerSlam last weekend. That's for sure. At least the Sunday night ones anyways. John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Missed the CM Punk match because obviously, I was at the Cardinals game.
Yeah.
Didn't bother watching the replay the next morning. Hernandez hits a chopper at the third baseman. They're going to flip the second for 1. On to first in time. They're going to get the double play. Cardinals go away empty-handed in the first inning. The leadoff walk goes for naught. And it's the Barnstormers to lead this one 3-1 as we head to the top of the 5th inning here on Cable 14.
For both sides, it is 3-1 Chatham as we head.
Yeah, Owen Constantino slow to get up over there at first base after making the stretch, but if my John Boy lip reading skills are anything close to accurate, I believe he just said it was a cramp.
And we're going down on field to our friend Emily Thompson.
Hey fans, thank you so much for watching and supporting the Cardinals on Cable 14. Tonight, it's very eerie, very spooky at Bernie Arbor. It's murder mystery night, and I am here with our 6th suspect, Carlo. So fans, viewers, everyone here at Bernie, make sure you're paying attention. Carlo, I heard rumors that Connor was furious over a past injury misdiagnosis, and he was going to out you. Is this true? Is this your way of keeping him quiet?
I'd like to read a statement from my attorney, James P. Albini. He was upset, yes. Thought sitting out 2 games cost him a save. But I stand by my diagnosis, and I sure as hell did not poison him. The cabinet's been locked. We've been lucky not to have any major injuries. If he was poisoned, it didn't come from me. All the medicine is accounted for. Please speak to my attorney.
You know what? I'm going to bypass that. Viewers, let us know what you think. Make sure you're checking out the Hamilton Cardinals Instagram story so you can see the clues right from home. And of course, go Cards go.
Carlos got a prepared statement. That's impressive.
Well,
who's his lawyers? Hook, line, and sinker or what?
For those of you who remember Murder Mystery Night last year here at Bernie Arbor Stadium, I was Carlo's attorney. I'm no longer Carlo's attorney. I was relieved of my services at some point over the past year, but good to see that they've still got him in good hands and not making him say anything that he wouldn't normally say under the confines of the law.
They're not going to come up here and question us, are they?
No, okay. Neil. We are quite innocent.
All right, that's good because I can prove exactly where I was the whole time.
Exactly. Yeah, we've got.
I got videotape evidence on my phone.
And Carlo acknowledging the press box up here, remembering that last year I was the one delivering him that message.
Yeah, there you go.
That was ultimately I decided a career in criminal law was not for me.
It takes all kinds, that's for sure. And it's just not your kind of game. I get it. As Groening swings and misses that first 2 offerings from Saldana and falls behind the count here at 0-2 here in the top of the 5th inning. 3-1, the Barnstormers leading the Hamilton Cardinals here on Cable 14. For tuning in at home and trying to figure out the mystery yourselves. That one's grounded at Tommy Reyes-Cruz, and Tanner Rempel is going to make the tag on that play. Groening is retired on the 4-3 putout. 1 away here in the 5th. Yes, jump on the Instagram at Hamilton Cardinals and solve the mystery at home. But yes, I think the little notepads and the little pencils were a great touch tonight.
Yeah, nice little Sherlock-themed giveaway.
I'm sure I'm going to take this home and somebody's going to hoodwink it. So, I'm going to have to just hopefully leave me the cover or something in the whatever.
Got a substitution here, Neil. Spencer Marcus, after suffering that injury running to first base in the first inning. He gutted it out for one more AB, but now his turn in the order and in the field has gone to Spencer Morin, pinch hitting right now.
Spencer Morin with a great game Tuesday night in Guelph for the Barnstormers. Go for one, Spencer's for another.
And they touched up Claudio Custodio pretty good, somewhat surprisingly, but ultimately fell short by a run.
As Morin hits this one on the ground, Tommy Reyes-Cruz with a spin flip, throws to first in time. Morin retired on the 4-3 for the second out here in the 5th inning.
It's a nice play by Tommy Reyes-Cruz and refreshing considering that the defense has not been up to par so far for the Cardinals infield tonight. Nice little spin throw, get the second out there and pick up his pitcher Enrique Saldana. You'll love to see that, especially if you're the coaching staff.
Yep. Now to bring up Yushin Oda, who started the rally in the 4th inning with that leadoff single. Came around to score, tie the ball game. And his countryman Mizuki Futuda came home to score as well right after him. On the 2 RBI single by Victor Plaz. Plaz later would score on that inning, going first to home on an overthrow. This one's popped foul and then a play down the left field line. And past McLevin and plastic truck, so we don't have another dent on it. When not going to have to do another insurance claim. Strike called on that one on Oda. Count now 1-2 with 2 away here in the 5th. Cardinals scored their run on the first inning on the solo blast by Carlos Dominguez to lead off the contest. Barnstormers stormed back with 3 in the 4th inning. That one's fouled away. By Odo, he stays alive at 1-2. Still scoreless in the top of the 3rd inning between Barrie and Brantford. And in Labatt Park, we're in the top of the 4th inning. London Majors have retaken the lead at 3-2 over the Guelph Royals.
Who's going for Guelph tonight against Keys?
Frias is actually.
All right. Antonio Frias, the lefty. We saw him here just a week ago here at Bernie Arbor, did his part in the Guelph Royals 5-2 victory.
We saw a lot of pitchers that night because the Royals were just trying to get guys some innings and get appearances too as well.
Yeah, that's the name of the game for them now.
This one's flared to center field. Duncan will camp underneath this one. It'll be a 3-up, 3-down inning here in the 5th inning for Saldana, and that's just what the doctor ordered if you're a Cardinals fan. Comforting to see Saldana be able to hook up a clean inning in the 5th inning after getting touched up for 3 runs in the 4th.
Yeah, it's a great job by Saldana. Great way to respond there. Put the bats back in his team's hands. I'm sure they're itching for more off Yokoyama, who got a clutch double play there from Yama Hernandez.
Yep.
Last inning, beautiful turn there by Ota and then Goodwin all around the horn.
That it was. Tanner Rempel will lead things off when we get back out here as Yori Yokoyama comes back on the hill. Yes, let's set up the rest of the weekend for the Cardinals. Of course, tomorrow they've got a big game down in Toronto at Christie Pitts. Game time is 7:30 p.m. at Dominical Field, and then back here Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock against the London Majors, in which, you know, it's another one of these games that decides a season tiebreaker. And a very important game. It looks like it's going to be Victor Payano for the London Majors. And who we got on the hill that night?
Sunday?
Sunday.
They've been very tight-lipped around here, but the starting pitching plans.
Yep.
Trying to keep us on our toes here.
So who's going tomorrow? Is it Adamas? We're looking at Peters?
I think tomorrow they're going to go back to Peters.
Okay.
At Christie Pitts. It worked well last time. The Cardinals, Christie Pitts can be a house of horrors sometimes with the amount of offense that goes on there and balls flying out of the yard left and right. But the past couple of years, Hamilton has played extremely well there. So
yeah,
they're going to try and keep that rolling. And Corbin was talking to me before the game about starting at Christie. He's like, it's the weirdest thing. Sometimes you'll have balls that are chopped in the ground right in front of home plate, and then you turn and look, and they roll all the way into center field.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're a pitcher, you really got to depend on your swing and miss stuff, because it's hard to trust the bounce there.
Well, the question is,
thankfully,
Tanner Rempel will lead things off here in the home half of the 5th inning. His Cardinals down by a pair of runs here. Rempel grounded out into a 5-3 his last time up. But yeah, not so long ago, that place was not, Dominical Field was not friendly to any visiting teams, but lately it's just been a total opposite. I think the Maple Leafs finally winning a ball game there after a lengthy losing streak. I believe it was 10 in a row.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That one's in there for a call strike on Rempel. He falls behind the count 0-1. But there was years that, they would go 17-0 at home. As Rempel puts a charge into this one, and it's going to get down and go past all the way to the fence. Rempel on his horse, digging hard for 2. He's going to be in there with a stand-up double to start the 5th inning. Just a great piece of hitting by Rempel, seeing that where that one was and just driving it up the middle here into the gap.
Yeah, it was definitely a stand-up double, but that didn't stop Tanner from sliding.
He's got to get dirty. Come on, it's Tanner Rempel.
No one covering second base, but he was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to slide anyway.
It was just his customary thing.
Yeah, Remp got a hanging breaking ball and did not miss it with some more loud contact off his bat tonight, and that creates an interesting opportunity for Matt Hildebrand.
He's incapable of walking off this field with a clean uniform.
No.
It's just against his human nature.
If that ever happens, something has gone terribly wrong.
Well, exactly. Hildebrand with a high chopper. It's going to be a tough play. Yokohama is going to have to tag out Hildebrand. Rempel will go to third. Hildebrand gets the job done. One unassisted will go to put out. Rempel now standing 90 feet away here for Tommy Reyes Cruz with one away.
Well, you know what? That's probably not the way Hildebrand drew it up. Another weak ground out back to the pitcher, but in that situation, it is exactly what Tanner Rempel needs to move up to third base.
Yep. Now a wild pitch or a ground ball to the right side away from cutting this lead in half. At 3-2. But right now it stands at 2, so with lots of baseball left to play in this contest.
Yokoyama got a pitch in on Reyes Cruz last time and caused him to pop it up.
So the Cardinals fans at home inquiring about the Barrie Baycats season series. I believe it's 2-2. That's a huge game next weekend.
That it is.
The London Major Series is also 2-2. But the Guelph Royals do hold the tiebreaker against us, correct?
Yeah, it's 3-1.
3-1, so we don't want to tie with the Royals.
Yeah, the Cardinals got off to a hot start against the Baycats in their season series. They took back-to-back from Barrie at the end of May.
They caught them when they were still kind of slumbering in that championship hangover, as they're calling it.
Exactly. But then Frank Garces came in here the Sunday of Canada Day long weekend
and shut that one down.
Yeah. And then a very wild game here a couple Fridays ago that Barrie ended up taking 8, 6, and 10 innings. So back to even we go on that one.
The pitch just misses upstairs, and it's a 3-0 count on Tommy Reyes Cruz here. And Tommy Reyes Cruz draw the 4-pitch walk here. Runners now at the corners for Drew Lawrence.
Yeah, and I know Yokoyama's probably thinking about how he can get out of this inning, but to be honest, a walk is not the worst thing in that situation. Lawrence has yet to show that he's back up to the 350 hitter that he was in his career coming into this season. His timing's not quite there yet, so give Reyes Cruz the open base and take your chances with Drew.
You got to remind yourself, Drew Lawrence is only 21 years old.
I know, right? If he can turn it on, wouldn't that be quite the revelation for Hamilton?
Big swing and a miss on that first offering, though, for strike one. One away here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Cardinals on the corners here. Threatening to at least cut the lead in half. One offering. Lawrence tries to bunt in this, but skies that one almost all the way over the backstop here. Now 0-2, so the bunt's off the table here.
It was one of the most elevated foul bunts I've ever seen. He
that has some hang time.
Shot that one up.
If you got it straight, it's going over the second baseman's head, though. That one misses outside for a ball. Kodu tried to pull that one back, but no dice. 1-2 the count now. Lawrence has just got to do a job here. Yokoyama from the stress looks to runners back at first and third, respectively. Runner going on the pitch, the throw down to second base. And they throw down at home. There's going to be a duck soup at home. Rempel retired. Reyes Cruz will get the stolen base, though. So they tried to give up the old bait and switch here. But Barnstormers are ready for it this time. Rempel retired on the 6-2 put out.
And the Cardinals tried that play in Welland a few Thursdays ago, and it worked.
Yep.
I believe it was Tommy Reyes Cruz on third base when it happened, and they pulled it off successfully, and it was just a great exclamation point on what was a 3-run inning there. It ended up winning them the ball game by a score of 3-1. But to be honest, with Tanner Rempel at third base, He is many things. He's not the fastest runner.
No, if it was like Dominguez or somebody else with some proven speed out there, you definitely take a.
There's a time and a place, I think, for a play like that. And when you're down 2, you don't want to get too greedy, especially when the base paths aren't optimal for it.
As Lawrence swings and misses here, and that's going to end the inning. Cardinals strand a base runner. They do get a hit in the inning, but trail the Barnstormers as we head to the top of the 6th inning, 3-1 here on Cable 14.
The 3 big challenges I had was my wife dying, my father dying from COVID-19, financial instability and security the whole year was very stressful. And then I heard that the United Way was sponsoring a course in mindfulness, and that certainly happened. My life is moving forward. I'm enjoying life again, and I'm thankful that I was able to take that program. Thank you.
Top of the 6th inning here on Cable 14. The Chatham-Kent Barnstormers leading your Hamilton Cardinals on Friday Night Baseball. Neil Sherwazko, Matt Curley in on the call this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wherever you may be watching across the province, Chatham-Kent, Hamilton, Guelph, London, you name it, they're all watching. And we're glad to bring you the action here tonight. And again, a huge shout out to the volunteers of Cable 14 that help bring the pictures to us and make our jobs up here, Matt, a lot easier. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Great work week in and week out by the fine folks here at Cable 14. And thank you all again for watching.
4 errors on the contest for the Cardinals, and so far they've been rather costly.
Well, that is the story right now, isn't it? The mental mistakes in the field. Got a little aggressive on the bases that last half inning. They've kind of shot themselves in the foot here en route to being down 3-1.
They have. First pitch from Saldana misses for a ball. Masuki Fukuda, who starts the 6th inning. He's 1 for 2 in the contest, flown out to right field, and Singleton's came home to score in the 4th. Watches that one low, count 2-0. Then a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. London holding on to that 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 4th inning. Over the Guelph Royals, Barrie and Brantford still scoreless. In the Telephone City, actually, Brantford up 3-0 on the Barrie Baycats.
Whoa.
Maybe the Barrie Baycats blew their wad last night.
Uh-oh. Yeah, hopefully they didn't waste it all. That's a bit of a surprise there.
Well, it is still early, but the Red Sox, seem to play better at home. As we found out the hard way Sunday.
As Chatham found out the hard way that Friday. Both these teams got snake bitten at the Arn last weekend.
And we went down on the Sunday. We were just enjoying the game down the left field line. Very quietly, not making a lot of noise down there. Although I'm sure the bench heard me a few times. That's going to be a leadoff walk for Fukuda here to start the 6th inning.
Yeah, in other news, the sun came up today. Mizuki Fukuda is got maybe the best eye in the entire IBL. He's got a nearly 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, and that's extremely impressive, especially in this day and age of baseball. And by the way, he's a catcher where offense is sometimes hard to come by.
Exactly. But he's definitely a spark plug on that lineup for those Barnstormers. First pitch in there for a called strike on Sadler Goodwin. Count 0-1. Nobody away here in the top of the 6th inning. Barnstormers leading this one 3-1. Cardinals getting a run in the first inning. Barnstormers storming back with 4 in the top of the 4th inning. Or 3 in the top of the 4th inning, sorry. This one's a slow flare down the line. That's going to drop in for a base hit, and that's going to be in trouble. Tommy Reyes Cruz is able to get to that one. Fukuda stops at second. Runners at first and second now with nobody away here in the 6th. As the beer batter once again comes through. There's no joy in Hammertown tonight with the beer batter, at least so far.
Stepping up to the plate, the first baseman, number 27,
Well,
Owen Constantino.
as you say, Neil, Sadler Goodwin must have eaten his Lucky Charms this morning, because that was just a lazy teardrop base hit.
Just like he drew it up. Extend the bat up and high enough and get it over the heads of the infielders. Owen Constantino now the batter. He's 0 for 2 in the contest, a pair of strikeouts. Watches that one in for strike 1. Makes sense for the Ottawa guy to swing the Sam bat.
Mm-hmm.
Tries to check a swing, appeal down there, and Chavaveg said he did not go around. Count 1-1.
Yammer Hernandez had to find Chubb. He pointed to third. Oh, he's not there. Oh, he's between
He's over at
shortstop.
second base.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
There you go. Big swing and a miss on that one from Constantino. Count now 1-2.
Steady diet of changeups here for Constantino. Saldana living on the outer half with those so far to get ahead. He can go a lot of different ways now.
The last time they got him looking they got him looking in the first time up, it was an inside pitch.
Both were fastballs, though, I believe. Both strikeouts, just different locations.
That one misses inside. They were trying to back inside again. That one missed a little too much inside and a little too low. Count 2-2 now.
Looking down to where the bullpen, that's Casey Booyer Howard warming up for the Hamilton Cardinals, so he figures to be next.
He's been great out of the bullpen this year.
Hey, he had a really rocky start, but he's come on lately. He's talking about how he feels great physically. His arm has just felt better as the season's gone along, which is a good sign.
As Constantino swings and misses that one, and up to 3 strikeouts on the night here, and Saldana gets a huge out here in the 6th inning. 1 away now.
If they had a do-over, they would have made Owen Constantino the beer batter.
Yep. Again, if you've ever been down to Bernie Arbor Stadium, it's a giant Price is Right wheel that puts everybody's names on it, and they just spin it, and sometimes it just comes up. Sorry, Jeremy, I don't know if there's a weight on that number and everything else, but Jacques Hughes, no more.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it spin. Heck, next time Brantford's in here, you can go ahead and spin it yourself. If it comes with your own number, it's your own fault.
You know what? If it comes to that, so be it.
Yep.
Well, that poor wheel has had a vendetta against Jeremy
it has.
of late.
A broken bat up the middle, and the bat's going to go a little further than the baseball. They're going to step on second, and that's all they're going to get here. As Nick wisely holds on to that one. And I'm sure that baseball is going to get tossed out because that looks like it just... We had parts of the bat flying down the third base line. We had the other handle going up somewhere else. That bat died a very painful death for Plaz now. He's reaches on the fielder's choice. He's reached safely every time so far.
Yeah, there's broken bats, but then the ones that go far, like that one, had some distance to it.
Yeah. Nickel had to avoid the bat particles, or actually Brown had to avoid the bat particles, and Nickel went after the baseball, and the handle went over here by the first base side. That bat exploded, literally. And Braxton Higgins will bat down with 2 away.
Yard sale there for Victor Plaz.
Runners on the corners, though. As Fakata is now at third. And Sadler Goodwin is retired at second base. And Victor Plaz now first. Goodwin is retired on the 6 unassisted. As Nickel was able to recover on that baseball. Higgins reached on error both times so far in the contest. Cardinals that have a sloppy net at on the field. That one's in there for a called strike. Evens the count at 1-1 here with 2 away.
Yeah, just the fundamental mistakes for Hamilton tonight. I think defense, base running, That's all you can really chalk it up to. The lack of timely hitting, and it's how Chatham beat them the first 2 times of the season series. And then when Hamilton came back, they were on top of all those things, and they were flexing their muscle and showing their true colors. But now it's crept back to the surface here tonight in the worst way for the Cardinals.
That one misses outside for a ball. 2-1 the count now. On Hagath. Evan Morrison winning in the wings here with a pair of hits so far in the contest. 2-1 offering. Misses low, runs the count to 3-1. Saldana trying to do what he does best, get the guys to chase here. 4-0 is the score now. Actually, it's now 5-0 in the bottom of the third over the Brantford Red Sox over the Barrie Baycats.
What is happening in the IBL?
Everything's been Opal World this weekend. We did finally see Superman last night, though.
Mm-hmm.
Great movie. My son enjoyed it, as did I. That one's in there for a strike and runs the count to full at 3-2 from Saldana. (3-1) the score here. Chatham-Kent leading this one. They're just jumping in. Swung on and missed. Saldana gets another punch out. That's a huge one here for your Cardinals fan. As it gets him out of the inning here in the 6th inning. The Barnstormers still leading this one 3-1 as we head to the home half of the 6th inning here on Cable 14. A great job by Enrique Saldana so far in this contest once again, Matt.
Yeah, that's a hug from Luis Bernardo. Might signify the end of his night with Casey warming up, and I think it's fair to say he deserved better.
As we're going to take a quick pause in the action and say hello to our friends at Rawlings Canada here, and they'll hook you up with some great gear.
My first professional glove, that's the one I remember the most. When I was coming up, even though it wasn't that long ago, having your name on a glove was a big deal.
Yeah, most likely that is it for Enrique Saldana. He looks like he got a hug and a handshake from Luis Bernardo, and the bullpen is very active down there. But, you know, another great start by Enrique Saldana. He does pretty much what you can ask for him here. You know, kept you in this ball game, and unfortunately, once again, just an inning of, you know, a victim of circumstances here.
Yeah, and 6 innings, 2 earned runs. That's a quality start.
Yep.
7 Ks. He walked just 1, I believe, the Fukuda free pass, and that's nice work by Enrique Saldana. He was able to locate all his pitches more or less the way he wanted to tonight, and even the few that he did get beat on, it's not like he left them out over the plate or made any big mistakes. This was about as sharp as we've seen him all year. And not only does he, you know, deserve a better score as far as his team trailing, I would argue that even 6 innings, 2 runs undersells how good he was tonight, but the Cardinals have some climbing back to do.
That they do. They've had the opportunities, unfortunately, just not been able to bring somebody home since the first inning when the solo blast by Carlos Dominguez, this man at the plate, he led off the contest with a solo blast.
And it hasn't been for a lack of loud contact, right? Yammer Hernandez started the second off with that screamer into left field. He was stranded.
Rempel got thrown out at the plate, so there's your 2 runs right there.
They had a double play earlier.
Dominguez shows bunt but pulls it back. The third baseman had to sprint in here.
They've just been giving opportunities away so far, and luckily there's time to right the ship.
That there is. Pulls that one back again, and it's another ball in the dirt. Count now 2-0.
You can't rest on your laurels when you get down like this, especially in a game that, you know, you've had a lot of opportunities to take control of. And top of the order, 3rd time through here against Yokoyama, bottom of the 6th. Chatham's bullpen is active. No question the time is now to get going.
Count is 2-0 on Yokoyama. That one's in there for a strike. His 73rd pitch of the night. 42 strikes, 31 balls so far through 5 innings. Misses upstairs, and that's now 3-1 on Dominguez. Carlos had to do a little bit of a two-step to get out of the way of that one. That one misses outside, and Dominguez will take the walk here to start the 6th inning.
Yeah, 3 of the 4 balls in that at-bat were nowhere close. Perhaps Yokoyama's getting a little fatigued.
Yep, there is activity down in the Barnstormer bullpen. Of course, there are some guys that got to qualify as well, so wouldn't be surprised to see somebody coming out of the bullpen in an inning or two. Of course, they host the Brantford Red Sox tomorrow. Game time is 7:05 on Barnstormers TV on YouTube.
Yeah, talking to former Cardinal Mizuki Akatsuka before the game, he will be starting that one for the Barnstormers as expected.
Old two hands, as they're calling him.
Yeah.
Affectionately.
That's a good one.
I like it. He's a great guy.
He is. Such a cheerful presence. Always love talking to Mizuki whenever the Barnstormers are back in town.
No misses upstairs. Count is 1-1 on Nickel. Nickel 0 for 2 in the contest. Saw his average drop below the 300 mark recently. 6 home runs, 19 RBIs. Don't worry, don't worry, Brandon. You're going back to Toronto tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Maple Leafs know all about you, though, so I wouldn't be surprised you get the intentional free pass every time you're up the plate tomorrow.
You can say that again. And the
6 home runs in the season. I think 4 of them are against the Maple Leafs. 3 of them at Christie Pitts. 1 here.
And he had that huge one in the bottom of the 7th in early June off Sam Spencer to put the Cardinals ahead.
So he swings out of his boots on that one. Count 1-2.
And the fact that it took this long for Nichols' average to drop below 300 should tell you how good he's been this year.
Indeed it does. That one misses inside for a ball. Evens the count at 2-2. Yeah, there's double barrel activity down in the... Actually, it's just one guy. Their guy's swinging a bat down there.
Bullpen can be used for all types of warm-ups, I guess.
Yep, I guess so.
There you go.
Not sure who it is down there, but...
I haven't been able to get a good eye on the number.
Yeah, there's no numbers on the front of those jerseys, unfortunately. As Nickel goes down looking here, and then Yokoyama gets another punch-up. And that'll bring up Tyler Duncan, who walked his last time up and struck out so far.
Stepping up to the plate, the center fielder, number 5, Tyler Duncan.
I got a look on his follow-through there, Neil. It looks like Christian Houck, the right-hander for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. He was using a starting pitcher role earlier in the season. Well, he didn't pitch for a while. Now he looks like he's coming out of the bullpen here.
Yep. Barnstormers have definitely got a wealth of arms down there now.
Well, they did some work to address it at the deadline. They got Gaku Ueda, Gregor Farquharson.
Yep.
They got DeLong in there too. A couple of new guys pitched on Tuesday in Guelph.
As Duncan hits this one deep to center field, I don't know if it's got the distance. It's actually going to stay in the yard. Be caught on the fly. Duncan's retired on the F8. Tyler, you got to hit that one more to right field. Center field ain't going to do much there, especially when the wind's blowing in on a night like this. Now Jaden Brown will be the batter. He's 0 for 2 in the contest.
Yeah, you got a pitch to hit, just got a little bit under it. On a meeting on the mound right now. Could this be it for Yokoyama, or are we just having a chat?
I think that's probably it, because it looks like the bullpen is pretty much ready to roll here. Gets a handshake and a pat on the bum here, and he's going to be done here. Is Harry Muir calling to the bullpen here. Harry, quite the pitcher in his own right. Former Blue Jay, farmhand, former London Major, and most recently with the Fanshawe Hawks.
Yeah. Well traveled, as it looks like it will be the right-hander Christian Houck.
Houck, of course, many years, very dominant for the Kitchener Panthers over the years. Not just looking to get back enough innings to qualify here, I'm guessing. In case the Barnstormers need him.
Yeah, he was a Burlington Bandit once upon a time, and then parts of 4 different seasons in Kitchener. Homegrown product, of course, in that regard. From Waterloo, went to Laurier. He turned 28 years old at the start of this season. A career 5.14 ERA in 103 IBL appearances, 69 of those starts. 436 innings, 393 strikeouts, and 243 walks. So a pitch-to-contact guy for sure this year. He hasn't appeared since he started on Saturday, June the 7th versus the Maple Leafs. So it's been a 2-month layoff for him. 5 innings, 3 earned runs. Not sure if there was an injury after that.
Well, I know he also was coaching as well. So.
Yeah, could be that.
Number 12, Christian Houck.
Christian Houck will complete his warm-ups here, and we'll get back underway. Jaden Brownway, the first batter to face him as we take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Top of the 5th inning at Labatt Park. The Majors leading the Guelph Royals 5-3. That one's going to go back and forth a little. Of course, the other one is Brantford with a surprising score of the evening here. Up 5-0 on the Barrie Baycats.
What inning are we in there, Neil?
We're in the top of the 4th inning. Baycats have just got the 1 hit, so I'm wondering if they blew their wad. Connor Irvine isn't on the hill for the Red Sox, so let's give him that. He has one heck of a pitcher this year.
Yeah, that is certainly an interesting development down there in Brantford.
Didn't have that one on the bingo card tonight.
That's why they play the games. You never know what's going to happen on any given night at any level of baseball.
Yeah. So Scott asking from the DMs, how many innings do you need to qualify? What does that mean for the playoffs? Yes, it does. As that one's grounded to the shortstop, he'll take the base himself and get the force out. And the Cardinals will end the inning here in the 6th. They are down 3-1 here on Cable 14. We'll come back and we'll answer that question with you after the break here.
All right, fans, the moment we have been waiting for. I have all these awesome detectives. They are going to say who they think it is. Okay,
thanks.
We're going to start with you.
All right, so we're going to answer that question. So 5 in, as Dan Dominguez just answered it via the DMs as well. 5 appearances and 10 innings pitched for a pitcher. Of course, if you're a batter, you need 24 plate appearances. So it's a little easier to be a batter in this league than it is a pitcher. But the 10 and 5 were put in just for a reason, because over the years we've had some import players that would, they show up in May, pitch a couple of games, and you wouldn't see them again until postseason. But they would be qualified.
Yeah, obviously we don't want to see any of that. No circumventing the system or anything like that.
Feel like some pizza? It's a little hot and ready. Of course, we got to thank our friends at Little Caesars for once again feeding our crew here on Cable 14. You got to check them out on 280 Queenston Road and over on Rommel Road as well. Hot and ready as always, feeding the crew here so we can keep doing our jobs up here. Thanks again to Little Caesars.
Yeah, I was going to say that can only mean one thing on Friday night. Little Caesars has been doing a great job of feeding us here at Bernie for the past few years.
And it looks like we've got our confession down at the field level. Some vindication for Connor Corey.
Layla from Concessions.
Remind me not to have a hot dog tonight. Jeez, I don't know what she spiked. Poor Layla. And thank you so much for participating in the Murder Mystery this evening. It's definitely one of the favorite nights. Definitely gets the most crew involved. That's for sure. A cavalcade of suspects.
Yeah, it's pretty ingenious as far as in-game promotions go. It's a storyline for the fans to follow all night long, and definitely up there on the list of my favorites here at Bernie. Of course, there's a different one every week, so it's a long list to pick from, but they do a good job.
They do a good job. And Casey Bourier-Tower will take over on the hill here for the Cardinals in the 7th inning. And no problem, Scott. Glad to help as far as that stuff goes. Hope that answers the questions. Of course, yes. And then the league does have it posted usually as well somewhere. We'll have to make sure that's posted when I get home, so people stop asking those questions. Well, it's great to know, because again, some fans just haven't got the rule book committed to memory like some of us do. Howard's first offering is in there for a called strike here to start the 7th inning. Barnstormers leading this one 3-1.
Howard on the year started with a couple blow-up outings, but he's scoreless in his past 5 1/3. 2 strikeouts and 0 free passes in that time.
That one's in there for a called strike. Count 0-2 now on Evan Morrison. Morrison with a double and a single so far, and a ground out 5-3 his last time up. Comebacker off the glove of Morris. Oh, Howard. Unfortunately deflected, and Tommy Reyes Cruz did not have a play on that one.
Well, that is just
some unfortunate luck.
It's just the way of the bounce, I guess, and Howard gave it a good effort. And
Morrison will reach on the single. You can't fault the pitcher on that one. He was just coming off the mound trying to help it knock it down at least. He knocked it down, but unfortunately just out of the glove of Tommy Reyes Cruz. And Andrew Groening will be the batter now, 0 for 3 in the contest, a pair of strikeouts and a ground out 4-3. That one's fouled away for strike 1. Nobody away here in the top of the 7th inning. So gonna switch the game live back to our game.
There's a lot to follow here on this Friday night.
That there is. Of course, we weren't doing cable 14 games tonight. We'd be at home with 3 games on the screen. We'd have all 3 games up anyway. So
yep.
Lots of scoreboard watching for the next 7 days for sure. And what I do like about next Sunday, of course, that is the season enders for everywhere. All games start at 2 o'clock. So everybody has a favorite, I don't know, equal opportunities come Sunday. This one's popped in the air, and Tommy Reyes Cruz is going to get the force out at second base. A great double play. They caught Morrison a little bit napping on that one.
I was going to say, you got to get back. Tommy's going to catch that one. He's not going to let it drop intentionally.
He wasn't going to pull a Vladdy here. Just let that one drop and flip the double play.
Well,
but, you got to get back. They're always told to freeze on a line drive and get back on a double play baseball. That one's just a slow looper that Tommy Reyes Cruz had forever and a day to throw. Morrison retired. That's a double play on Groening. And now Spencer Moore will be the batter now. 0 for 1 since entering the contest for Spencer Marcus. Ground out 4-3 his last time up. He hits a 1 down the line, but it's going to go foul. And knocked down by somebody down in the bullpen.
Looks like Chris Boato.
Yeah. So if Connor Corey comes into the game, is that a zombie apocalypse upon us here? Or
I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead.
All right, we just have to. Let's just keep that one there.
We'll cross that bridge if we get to it.
Howard works with a 1-1 count here with 2 away now. His defense picked them up. This one's popped foul. 1-2 down the count now. Eric Pettipe is the next pitcher on the hill for the Barnstormers, as the PA system.
Indeed. See the big lefty getting loose down there.
It's been a workhorse for this Barnstormers. That one misses low for a ball. And the count is 2-2 here with 2 away in the 7th inning. Game time temperature was a balmy 29 degrees. It's only 26 still. Hasn't dropped much. Comebacker up the middle here. And that's going to get through as Spencer Moore and reaches here with a 2-out single up the middle. Almost a textbook scene. A single over the head of Casey Barrera-Howard, and unfortunately Nickel unable to get to that one up the middle.
And no question that ball definitely had eyes, and Casey was like, I get that I don't throw as hard as I used to, but he's been priding himself on the amount of weak contact he's been generating the past few outings. And I was like, well, no question, weak contact is good. And lo and behold, he's done a lot of that here today, but the bounces just haven't gone his way, and he's dealt with a couple base runners here as a result.
Yep. Misses upstairs for a ball on Yoshinoda. He was 1 for 3 in the contest. 5 home runs, 16 RBIs. As Drum is back once again.
Yeah, Mike the sign guy's become quite the percussionist these past few weeks as well.
Yes, he has. He was down the left field line with us for a few innings in Brantford.
Yeah, I've seen him lurking in the background of the feed of the games at Christie too. Maybe he'll be there tomorrow.
This one's flared into the center field. Duncan charging hard, and it looks like it's going to be Dominguez who's going to make the catch on the run to end the inning.
2 hits with 1 runner left on base. The score is 3-1.
As we head to the 7th inning stretch here on Cable 14, it's the Barnstormers 3, your Hamilton Cardinals 1. We got the 7th inning stretch now, and Cardinals have just got to find a way to get some base runners here and string some hits together themselves. They opened the scoring in the 1st inning on the solo blast by Carlos Dominguez, but then been shut out so far to that point. Barnstormers striking for 3 in the 4th inning, and that's the difference in the contest. They were able to string some hits together. We just have not been able to do. Yep. As we got a new pitcher on the hill, Eric Pettipies on the mound now for the Barnstormers. So we're edging closer and closer to Garrett Day territory here.
Yeah, the more time that passes, the likelier that becomes. And Pettipies, as you said, Neil, has been a workhorse for the Barnstormers out of the bullpen. He did some starting last year, made 8 starts in his first year in the IBL.
Yep.
And this year he's 21 relief appearances, 29 innings, 35 Ks to just 10 walks. So that's a pretty good ratio. ERA just under 5, probably victimized a little bit by the close confines of his home park, but nevertheless, he's had some quality outings here. He did, however, the last time he got tagged pretty good was when the Cardinals were in town in Chatham on July the 12th. That 12-1 victory, he surrendered 4 runs on 4 hits, 3 walks in 3 innings. And since then, he's gone on quite the scoreless run, 7 straight appearances without allowing a run across.
They'll be tasked with Yammer Hernandez, Tanner Rempel, and Matt Hildebrand due up in this inning here in the 7th inning. The Cardinals needing to just get some base runners going, and don't have to get it all back in this inning, but hey, if you want to hit a couple of balls in the gap here, that doesn't hurt things here, guys.
They're really not far away. 3-1 is far from an impossible task here.
Yeah. Barnstormers out hitting the Cardinals in this contest 10-3, though. So that's pretty much compounding things.
Stepping up to the plate.
As Yammer Hernandez will lead things off in the home half of the 7th inning against Pettipies. Pettipies last year just was returning back off of Tommy John surgery.
Yes. For those of you who remember, we talked about Yammer Hernandez's grand slam. Guess who was pitching?
The guy at the plate right now, the guy on the mound right now.
Revenge on Pettipies' mind, and he gets ahead early with a swinging strike on that fastball.
Hernandez calling for time here. Taking a little while to get back settled in the box. Fouls that one off, and Pettipies ahead of the count, 0-2 here early. Not afraid to challenge in this situation. 4.97 ERA, as you mentioned, 29 innings pitched, 35 strikeouts. That's a lot of Ks for a guy that just, usually a 7 or 8 inning pitcher. Definitely been effective. As he gets Hernandez to go swinging here, and that's one away here. Got 36 strikeouts on the season for Pettipies. And Tanner Rempel will be the batter. He doubled his last time up, but got thrown out at the plate in the 5th inning.
Stepping up to the plate, first baseman, number 44, Tanner
Rempel is 1 for 2 in the contest. Another one of these guys who just got to get going come postseason.
Yeah, it's been a nice day for Remp again. At the plate here, trying to keep it going despite the change in pitcher.
So he fouls this one down the line. That's going to go into the Barnstormers bullpen, which is pretty quiet right now.
Petty Piece, again, as we said, started last year, so he can give them some length if need be.
Yep. That one misses inside. Rempel has a 1-on-1 count now.
Petty Piece can't be a comfortable at bat, even if you're righty. Like, I can see why he has so many strikeouts. He's got a lower arm slot there, but that fastball's got some zip and some carry to it. It's kind of a deceptive look.
That one misses upstairs. 2-1 now the count.
That's the exact pitch he got Yammer Hernandez to swing through. And I feel like on a pitch like that, with that sort of movement from his release point, you're always going to end up swinging under it. That's probably exactly the idea, although Rempel doesn't bite that time and is ahead 2-1.
That one misses outside. Now 3-1 on Rempel. I think in this situation when we need base runners, he's probably going to be taking all the way here.
I'd say that's a good bet. It's been all gas, no brakes for Petty Piece coming out here. Steady diet of fastballs to both batters so far.
He actually challenges them here on the hands, and Rempel fouls it away. Runs the count to full at 3-2. Pinch hitter for Matt Hildenbrandt waiting on deck. Rempel hits this one on the third base side. Fielded cleanly, thrown to first, and it's going to be off the mark here, and it's going to bounce out of play. Rempel aboard on the air by the third baseman. It just seemed like he rushed to throw a little too much on that one.
A slight airmail there from Ota as he sent it clean over the fence. Rempel will take second on the air, and that is Nico Kakados' music I'm hearing.
That it is. Kakados will bat for Matt Hildenbrandt here in the seventh inning.
Pitching for your Cardinals, number 10, Nico Kakados.
And it hasn't been a pretty journey for the Barnstormers en route to this 3-1 lead, but what they've done is take advantage of the Cardinals' mistakes. And the Cardinals were just gifted a mistake there by the Barnstormers, and now it's their turn. They have to make them pay.
Exactly.
Or else they will go quietly.
Running out of outs if you're a Cardinals fan, but you got to make the most of them. Cattle takes that one inside, but a called strike here at the letters. Falls behind the count 0-1. Just one away here in the seventh inning. Rempel leads off second base, representing the second run for the Cardinals. Cato swings and misses that offering from Pettipiece, and the count quickly 0-2.
For a right-handed hitter with great batted ball skills such as Kakados, he's not hitting as well against lefties as you might think. He's hitting under 200 against southpaws so far on the season.
Fouls that one off to stay alive. No home runs, 10 RBIs on the season, but the .322 average.
Yeah, contact hitter first and foremost for sure.
Oh, misses inside. Catos gets out of the way of it. 1-2 now the count, with one away. Brantford's increased that lead to 7-0 over Barrie.
Goodness. Well.
If you're a Majors fan, that's news to your ears after last night. That tough loss to Kitchener last night.
Certainly a silver lining on that whole situation there. That helps Chatham too if they were thinking of making an outside run.
Yep.
And things here, just a few outs away from sealing it. And help from Brantford on the way too.
Catos hits this one on the ground. Tough play for the shortstop. He's going to up with it, throw it across in time. Makes the out. Catos retired on the 6-3 for the second out of the inning here. And Tommy Cruz will be the batter now with 2 away.
Stepping up to the plate, the second baseman, number 25, Tommy Reyes Cruz.
Just another tight ball game between these Cardinals and Barnstormers. Aside from that game down in Chatham-Kent, it's been a very tight, running, very low-scoring game for both pretty much every time.
Yep, every single game again. Yeah, besides that one in early July out in Chatham. It has looked a lot like this one. Runs at a premium.
Tommy Reyes Cruz watches that one fly inside from Benepiece for ball 1. Nobody warming up down in the bullpen down there for the Barnstormers. As Reyes Cruz takes a big hack at that one, evens the count at 1-1.
Or the Cardinals, for that matter. Maybe Casey Howard's going to get some length here. Caleb Swarovski's kind of standing there on the mound with the ball in his hand, but he's not throwing yet.
Yep. How many innings did Howard need?
I think it was 1 in the 3rd.
So that's probably why he's going back out for at least one more batter.
It's definitely less than 2.
Yep.
Like I haven't looked at the list since earlier this week when we updated it after last weekend's games, but every pitcher was less than 2 innings. It was all very doable within a short amount of time.
Yep. 1-2 offering. Swung on and missed. Reyes Cruz goes down. Pettipiece does his job. He gets a pair of strikeouts, and the Cardinals strand yet another base runner here in the 7th inning. We'll take a quick pause in the action here on Cable 14.
A wall around you that doesn't let you see where you're going, that keeps you feeling isolated and alone, that makes you feel hopeless. Know this: we're here to help if you want us to. It's never too early or too late to ask for help with a drinking problem. Alcoholics Anonymous, there is a way out. For more information, visit aa.org and download the Meeting Guide app.
Welcome back to Friday Night Baseball. Neil Sherwazma, Matt Creeley on the call. The Hamilton Cardinals trailing the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers ended off to the top of the 8th inning here. 3-1, Matt. What do we got to do differently if you're a Cardinals fan here? Just unfortunately not able to solve the Barnstormers on the hill so far.
Well, you look at the line score, Neil, and the 6 errors, I think, sums most of it up. And that's only the errors in the field. They don't count the errors on the base pass in the line score, but there's been a couple of those too. And you know, that's behind you now. They got 6 more outs to just string together some good at-bats. You got to start passing the baton and give yourself a chance to get some timely hits here.
That you do.
Again, 2 runs to tie. It's not an impossible hill to climb. We've seen them put up some crooked numbers in the late innings in recent weeks.
They do. And indeed we have. Masuki Fukuda will lead things off here in the 8th inning, followed by Sadler Goodwin and Owen Constantino due up for the Barnstormers. Howard's first offering misses high for ball 1. Fukuda fouls that one off, evens the count 1-1. But yes, a busy weekend here across the Intercounty. Of course, the Cardinals taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Game time tomorrow night is 7:30 p.m. on Maple Leafs TV. You can catch that one on YouTube. Before we're being back home here on Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock, against the London Majors.
They do a good job on that broadcast. The last time the Cardinals were in town, current Blue Jays, one of the Blue Jays pitching coaches, former Toronto Maple Leaf, Sam Green. Yeah, yes. He was as a guest. That was fun to see.
A lot of fans from the IBL making their way down to the Blue Jays bullpen just to say hi to Sam. We're going to just take pictures with Sam.
Yeah.
Great to see that. That one's flying out to right field, and Dakota is retired for the F9 for the first out of here in the 8th inning.
I remember watching the Blue Jays home opener this season, and the home opener is when they introduce pretty much everybody on staff and the whole team, all the coaches, all the players, and Sam Green was introduced over the loudspeaker at the Rogers Center.
Screen grab of that and posted on the Intercounty website.
I saw that on TV. I was like, hey, wait a minute.
I know that guy.
I've never met Sam personally, but cool stuff.
This one's driven pretty well to right field, and that is going to leave the yard as Sadler Goodwin once again has liftoff here at Bernie Arbor. 4-1 for the Barnstormers, the solo blast by Sadler Goodwin. Yeah, he definitely likes hitting at this ballpark.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier, the All-Star game. He went yard off of what was one of the IBL's best closers, and he got a fastball in the outer half from Casey Bouillard-Howard and caught up to it, got his arms extended, and drove it opposite field. That's textbook power hitting there from Goodwin, who's making quite the name for himself here, coming on strong in this second half.
Yep.
Big insurance run for the Barnstormers.
Huge run. And Owen Constantino will be the batter, 0 for 3 in the contest. 3 strikeouts to his credit, or discredit, I guess, depending which side of the fence you're looking at. Fouls that one off to our left. And the count is 1-1. 1 away here in the 8th inning, now a 4-1 ball game for the Barnstormers. 11 hits to 4 in the contest.
And it's hard to overstate the mental effect that home run could have on the Cardinals, who are just trying to get any wind that they can back in their sails, and that's gonna silence them pretty good.
Yep.
Or at least that's the hope if you're the Barnstormers. Big time knock from Sadler Goodwin.
Constantino swings and misses that offering, runs the count to 2-2. I think Sadler Goodwin took offense to being the beer batter tonight.
That he did. They won't be picking on him much longer, I'm sure.
As Constantino goes down for the 4th time on strikes, and just not his net at the plate.
Sometimes you just got to wear a sombrero to have it build some character and be better next time out. Owen's a good young hitter, and I'm sure this won't faze him all that much.
Going to bring up Victor Plaz, who's 2 for 3 in the contest, reached on his fielder's choice and singled twice, but had the 2 RBIs single. Give the Barnstormers the lead in the 4th inning. And came around to score later in that inning with the 3rd run. Went first to home on the overthrow. That one's a strike call in the outer half.
This is Plaz's first time at Bernie Arbor since the first round series against the London Majors last year, where he was a key figure. He hit .333, slugged just under 600 in that playoff series. Did some damage to the Cardinals in that first round.
Fouls that one off the hand almost.
Oof.
Got the fingers out of the way of that one. And the count is 0-2. 2 away now.
And he's picking up right where he left off today. He's in line to have the game-winning hit back in that 4th inning.
Well, the Guelph Royals have stormed back in that game in Labatt Park. Now lead that one 7-5. That one's in the bottom of the 6th inning. A 4-run 6th inning for the Royals. Definitely not the Royals of old, that's for sure. And definitely a very scary threat coming up in the later halves here. This one's lined through the hole. Rempel can't get to this one, and Plaz will be aboard for the 4th time tonight. Trio of singles and a fielder's choice for Plaz on the leisure. And Braxton Hageth with the batter. He's 0 for 3 in the contest, reached on an error twice and struck out in the 9 spot.
That's interesting about that Guelph-London game. Travis Keys, one of the lowest ERAs in the league coming in, clearly got roughed up there in the middle innings. And yeah, everything you thought you knew about the Guelph Royals through the first 3 quarters of the season. Yep, throw it out the window.
Throw it out the window.
You can be as scared as you want about the new personnel and whatnot, but you just can't deny the fact there's so many new players, and the very fabric of that team is just different now.
Yeah. And this is what they were planning for the whole year.
Yeah, you saw it coming. We knew their plans early on.
Yeah.
They were not hiding it, and it's come to fruition now. And
they were just waiting for guys to finish their times in the Mexican and Venezuelan leagues, and I was like, okay, yeah, we're going to get on the planes and be up here and ready to go.
Yeah.
Brantford putting a 10 spot up on the Barrie Baycats tonight, so Carmen has been full circle on that one.
Wow.
With 1 runner left on base. The score is 4-1 Chatham.
As we head to the home half of the 8th inning, the Cardinals here down by 3. Now it's 4-1. As we once again remind you about the next home game here for the Cardinals is Sunday afternoon. Game time is 2 p.m. as they host the London Majors in what could be a very, very important game now as far as things going, especially if these scores hold up.
Yeah, season series is up for grabs between the Cardinals and Majors, and if the Barnstormers hang on tonight, the Cardinals' chances of catching London are certainly lower, but they can do themselves a favor. All will not be lost if they can get a big W on Sunday, and it'll start, of course, tomorrow at Christie Pitts being the more urgent matter, but
no question.
Yeah, Sunday could certainly prove consequential
like
for
if
both
you're the
sides.
Cardinals, you don't want to slip in the 6th spot.
No.
You don't want to slip in the 6th, and it doesn't matter who's in the 3rd spot because you know you're going to be going on the road for a very quick series. You'd rather play these games at home. You know, be in the driver's seat here at home rather than have to go into potentially a Chatham-Kent or well, you're not going to fall in you're not going to face Christie Pitts, but you might be having to go to Barrie or something like that. Where
exactly, yeah. And you know, I get that sometimes things just don't fall your way, but they just had a golden opportunity coming into this one, Neil. Kitchener beating London last night, and that put the Cardinals in a situation where, okay, had they swept this weekend, which they are now 6 outs away from not doing, they would have been knocking right on the door of 2nd place. And, you know, opportunity has knocked, and it's repeated itself. And every time, and ever since they had that 6-game win streak to vault themselves back up into contention, you know, there's been opportunities for them to build on that, and they just haven't done it. And this was a showing. This has been a showing tonight, at least through the first 7.5 innings, where you just look at it and say, hey, you feel like they had a lot more to give.
Yeah, you know, they've just been unable to score those runs when they got runners in scoring position. You just got to find a way, and you can't run yourselves out of innings either, which they unfortunately did on that try to steal a home attempt. And just it went for naught as far as that stuff goes. But, yeah, you're now in the bottom of the 8th inning, down to 6 outs and down by 3 runs.
And you can't give outs away, especially at this point in the season. And this goes back to what we were saying when times were really tough there in June for the Cardinals, is the kind of twisted beauty of it is there's another one tomorrow, and that you don't really have time to rest on your laurels.
This Gaku Ueda now the pitcher on the mound here to face Drew Lawrence. Ueda, the former Royal.
And we saw him here when he was with Guelph. He had a multi-out, not save, but he pitched the 8th and 9th innings, I believe, on the June 1st game where Guelph won 9-3.
Yeah, that was just a trying game for the Cardinals, that game. It was a close one into the 4th inning, and then just things fell apart.
Yeah, a lot of storylines in that one. Nathan Bell, the couple of triples.
Yep.
And then who could forget the 16 walks?
Mm-hmm. Definitely not you, because you were scoring. You were charting that whole game.
Well, least of all me.
Now misses outside for a ball, and the count is 2-2. Ueda, and I would assume that is Garrett Day getting at least loose down there, but you'll see.
He's been walking around and pacing the past inning or so. We know what's coming down the stretch here.
Oh, this is low for a ball. And that'll run the count to full here on Lawrence.
Ueda's got this real snappy motion and a high overhand release point. It's a lot going on in his delivery. It kind of keep you on your toes as a hitter. He throws hard too.
That one gets away, and Lawrence is going to make the big turn here. thinking about second all the way down the line here, but he'll stop at first on the walk. Leadoff man aboard here for the Cardinals in the 8th inning. As the top of the order will come up now, it's Carlos Dominguez, responsible for the only run for the Cardinals in this contest, a solo blast in the 1st inning.
And that's exactly how you want to start getting things turned around if you're the Cardinals and you're going to come back in this one. Leadoff man walks, turns it over to the top of the order for the 4th time. See what you can do.
Dominguez hits this one on the line, and it's going to be caught by the center fielder Morin. Dominguez retired on the F8 on that first offering from Ueda. And that'll bring up Brandon Nickel now. 0 for 3 in the contest.
Shortstop number 32, Brandon Nickel.
Dominguez got a breaking ball in the zone there and did everything he could. You can't fault him for that one. He just hit it to the wrong part of the yard.
Yep.
Hard contact, out. It's tough. It's happened to the Cardinals a bunch tonight, but just got to keep pushing.
That one's in there for a called strike on Nickel. And Ueda headed the count 0-1 with 1 away. Tries to check the swing. The appeal down at first, so it did not go around. 1-1 the count now. So the Royals hold on to the win that one. I believe they're tied with us in the standings then, as far as the wins go.
I think they'll still be a half game back because Cardinals are, I think, 1 game up on 500.
Yeah,
the Royals
so
are still 2
12
back.
for 17 in 19 coming to action tonight. So Hamilton was 18 and 17. So half game out.
When you
meaning that game on Tuesday is hugely important.
I was going to say, talk about meaningful games. Well, after tonight, Tuesday's looking like another big red circle on the calendar.
The schedule always seems to pan out where a lot of games become very important the last week of the season. This one's flared in the center field pretty deep. Center fielder still backpedaling. Morin's underneath it. He'll make the catch. Nichols retired on the F8. It's a great job and a great read by Spencer Morin to get underneath that one. He had to backpedal in a hurry. And Tyler Duncan will bat with 2 away now and a runner at first still.
Stepping up to the plate, the center fielder, number 5, Tyler Duncan.
Yeah, so a very important stretch for these Cardinals. Tonight was one of these games, you kind of hope they pull off, but unfortunately it just hasn't gone their way so far. But Duncan can make it rather interesting with 1 swing of the bat here. As Mr. Day is now getting loose down in the bullpen. That one's in there for a called strike on Duncan. He falls behind the count 0-1.
Looks like the conductor, John Slazzo's on deck in Jaden Brown's spot.
Should Duncan reach? Yes, it makes sense. Duncan hits a charge, and that one's going to be a great stop by the first baseman, and he's going to take away a hit from Tyler Duncan, and just been one of those nights for the Cardinals. Nothing to show for it here in the 8th inning, and they go home off to the 9th inning, now trailing at 4-1 here on Cable 14. Duncan hit the bullet down the line, but a great stop by the first baseman, and he's retired 3 unassisted.
And Constantino clearly not too affected mentally by his 4-strikeout performance tonight. Spears that one in a fine play to end the inning.
That he did. And it looks like
Drew Mainprice.
Drew Mainprice is going to come in the pitch, and it looks like Salazzo is going to go back to the bench. Jaden Brown will come out the field here on the top of the 9th inning anyways. But you still may see Salazzo lead off the 9th inning against Garrett Day.
Once again, C-2974. Please go to the Cancer Assistance Program booth on the concourse to claim your prize before the end of the game.
So if London can come back on that contest, they'll still stay in second place, but Barry is going to drop down again. Barry will fall to 22-17 on the season. Chatham-Kent will move up to 21-17 should this lead hold. Hamilton will drop to 500 at 18-18. And the Royals will, if that lead holds right now, it's going to be 18-19 for the Royals this season.
Now the mound for your Cardinals.
What was in the water in Brantford this past week? They have put up double-digit runs 3 games in a row at Arnold Anderson against Chatham. They did it, I believe, to Mizuki last Friday, and then they just scratched and clawed their way mercilessly through the entire Cardinals pitching staff, it felt like, on Sunday. And
you know, the only downturn last week was that unfortunate loss to the Kitchener Panthers, which pretty much put them on the verge of playoff elimination.
Yeah, Kitchener has officially clinched the spot, so Brantford is out. They are playing for pride now, so you got to give them respect for still going hard here on Barrie.
They could actually better the record from last year. They finished last year with 11 victories, so, you know, tonight would be number 9.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the strangest thing could happen. And
yeah.
And they're definitely relishing that spoiler role so far. As Evan Morrison will lead off the inning here in the 9th inning against Drew Mainprize. Morrison just having a quiet, you know, 3 for 4 night.
Ho-hum.
Yep. Swings and misses at a first offering for Mainprize for strike 1. 9th inning here. Barnstormers leading 4-1. Cardinals, believe it or not, opened the scoring 1-0 in the first inning. For the Barnstormers stormed back with 3 in the top of the 4th inning and then 1 in the 7th. Or sorry, 1 in the top of the 8th inning on the solo blast. Fry Sadler, good one.
It's kind of poetic that he hit that one over the All-Star banner, isn't it?
It's just fitting. Hey, remember me, guys? I hit that one over there. Last time was over the Shortman sign. As Morrison fouls that one off, the count is 1-2 from Mainprize. Sadler Goodwin quickly becoming persona non grata here, if you're a Cardinals fan.
Give the Chatham faithful some credit, by the way. They showed out for that All-Star game. They were all over the grandstand. Very loud cheers in support of Sadler and all their Barnstormers. A pretty big group of them went out to the All-Star game.
They did.
And is it any wonder that one of their own was the only one to hit a home run during the Midsummer Classic?
And Garrett Day has been confirmed coming in to close out this ball game.
Yeah, to no one's surprise, you can see him getting warmed up down there to your right. Barnstormers close, looking for another save here.
Yep. As the 3-2 count on Evan Morrison here from Drew Mainprize. Misses that one, and Morrison will draw the walk here at the start of the 9th inning. Of course, a lot could change between this half inning. Mr. Day might shut it down all of a sudden. As you see him getting warmed up down the bullpen here. Good old number 38 getting loose down there.
Yeah, you never know. It might be a good idea to save him for Brantford tomorrow. All of a sudden, that's the hot hand.
Well, exactly. And plus, the Brantford Red Sox last time there, they put an awful ugly number up on the Barnstormers. Not to bring that one up.
No.
It wasn't a candidate to remember. That one's off the hand of the batter here, but fouled away. Groening just trying to move the runner over, and the Barnstormers trying to clip him away and then a run here.
I remember just staring at my phone blankly on July the 2nd when I saw the score of that game, thinking, is something wrong? Did they mess up the point streak that day?
No, it was awful early. It was ugly early for the Barnstormers.
Well, hey, give the Barnstormers credit. They're clearly no worse for wear since then. Good bounce back over the next ensuing 6 weeks.
Throw over, runner back safely at first.
I like Brantford's lineup. They've got some good hitters in there.
They do. They have a good foundation they can build on for next year.
Tachioka is he's been a superstar this year. There's no other way to put it.
A great find for him. You look at Christian Ortega.
Yeah. A lot of pop in that bat.
Runners going on the pitch, the throw down from Hernandez, and it's going to be not in time. But Tommy Reyes-Cruz was able to grab that one. Forgot to stretch in the 7th inning.
Yeah, we both did. I was like, oh, good thinking.
A 1-2 count now. He has calls, strike 3 on Greening. He's out for the 3rd strikeout of the night. He's 0 for 5 in the contest. And then our punch out for our friends at Little Caesars on a strikeout hunger. here in the Hamilton area. And Spencer Moore will be the batter now, who was rather busy last half inning on defense. He's also got a single since coming in the game for Spencer Marcus.
Yeah, Morin had to be on his toes. A couple hard line drives hit right in his direction. And they always say on the broadcast of the Blue Jay games and whatnot that the line drive hit straight at you is sometimes the hardest play to make as an outfielder, and it's counterintuitive, but Morin was, on the first one, he didn't take the cleanest route to it or anything, but he was able to make both plays and put them away, so good on him.
Some good coaching in that area, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Can't be easy to come off the bench cold and do that stuff too, but he assumed his post right away and made himself useful out in center field.
That he did. Runner goes on the play. That'd be a stolen base by Evan Morrison. Pair of stolen bases in the inning.
I tell you what, pitchers around this league are really happy that he's going back to school.
I guarantee it. They're out probably offering to pack his bags.
You talk about Drew Lawrence only being 21. Isn't he only 21? 20?
I believe so, yeah.
Could be a big part of the future for these Chatham-Kent Barnstormers.
Well, it was a stand-up with the Waterloo Warriors before going stateside to finish up his collegiate career.
Mm-hmm.
One gets away from the catcher, and it's going to be a tough play at the plate. They're going to flip it home, and not in time as Morrison will come home to score, and it's now a 5-1 Barnstormers lead here in the 9th inning. And Morin has now got a 2-1 count in his favor. Huge run for the Barnstormers here. Playing like anything but a second-year team.
That's for sure. Going back to another fun thing I learned about the Barnstormers in the All-Star game. Morrison walks up to Michael Bublé.
Yeah. I'm feeling good. Stealing my song. That's okay. I'll let you have it. But usually I'll blare that one when there's nobody else around the house or when I'm making breakfast downstairs at 7:30 in the morning. Some pancakes, some French toast, some hash browns, Nobody else is up yet. I'll have my breakfast quietly and then, go about my day, but everybody else is fed when they finally do wake up. So I'm guessing the Barnstormer fans will be like, okay, when are we coming to your house? Not tomorrow. That was line in the outfield, and that's going to be another base hit here for Spencer Morin. Still only one away in the inning. Morin now 2 for 3 in the contest.
Stepping up to the plate to third base, number 8, Yoshinoda.
As Yoshinoda now the batter. 1 for 3 with a run scored. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on in that Brantford-Barrie game because that's just... I'm sure the Big Cats are resting some people, but at the same time, it's like, okay, did you really blow your wad yesterday?
Well, it was a bullpen day for them today, correct?
Yeah, it was a bullpen day.
Well, still, my goodness.
Yeah.
That could not have been the plan.
20 runs yesterday, and you got 3 hits today. So I don't know. And it's not like you have your B lineup in either. Like, I'm looking at their lineup right now, and it looks like it's a pretty solid one except for second base. Like, I'm sitting there and Clayton Keys is playing second base, so I'm just like, okay.
Day off for Brandon Hernandez or Francisco, perhaps?
Yeah. Of course, he's still nursing some injuries, too, so.
Yeah. He, if I'm not mistaken, did he depart that game here last couple Fridays ago when they were here? Yeah.
Yep. That was more of a precautionary thing
than
anything.
Yeah. Let's seem that way.
Yep.
Of course, they're going to make sure Francisco is at full health come playoff time.
This one's grounded. Rempel will throw the second for 1. He's trying to get back to first in time. He's not going to be there in time, but he prevents the ball from going over his head here as Odo's retired will reach on a fielder's choice. 2 away now. And Masuki Fukuda will be the batter. Because he got to hand off the plethora of the catcher's gear here
The catcher, number 45.
to the next guy on the on-deck circle. 2 away now, but the Barnstormers got that extra insurance run here, now making it 5-1 in this inning. Thank you so much for tuning in on Cable 14. Thanks again to the volunteers. We do appreciate that again. Thanks again to the folks at Handlebars Fishing and well. It's great to meet Mike and his wife. Had a great chat with him on Tuesday night in Guelph when I was just there taking in a couple innings of the Barnstormer game against the Royals before departing back to home and Taco Tuesday.
Well, luckily you didn't have far to travel.
No, it was like a couple, it used to be a 5-minute walk. I was going a little bit of a slower pace. I think it took like 15 minutes because there were some people that saw up the street that knew me too. So it's like, okay, a quick conversation as I'm walking towards my house.
Well, Tuesday was a nice night too.
Yep.
At least in my neck of the woods.
We'll be in the Royal City tomorrow night actually doing the scoring for the Royals game tomorrow night, and then Tuesday night we'll have the game as well. Unfortunately, that canceled our plans to go to Toronto tomorrow, but I was needed, so gonna go.
Duty calls.
Yep. People take vacations in the summer. Imagine that.
What? During baseball season?
Well,
no.
Yeah, official scorers take time off, so, we're doing the Barrie game, the Barrie-Hamilton game next Saturday, too, so.
Oh, so you're going to be speed running the IBL stadiums this month, I guess. When was the last time you were out at Athletic Culture?
Earlier this season, actually.
Okay.
Yep. They took on the London Majors. I think that was their third home game of the year. So the only one we didn't get to is Welland so far this year. We've been everywhere else and Christie Pitts. That was the only place, other two places, but we'll see. We might pop down there for a playoff game or something, depending on who they're playing.
Well, they've locked down that top seed, so it looks like, Kitchener and Toronto have got to be the two most likely. Not sure if it's in that order right now to play Welland in round one, but
Kitchener's actually ahead of Toronto because I believe they have the tiebreaker.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, so Toronto's 8th seed right now.
Yeah.
Lots can change, of course.
Welland has not played well against Toronto this year.
Yeah, I was going to say that could potentially spice some things up in that first round.
Oh, it's off the hands, but it's going to go foul. As Facuda stays alive here at 3-2.
Toronto won a perfect 3-0 at Welland Stadium this year.
Yeah, that was another one of these teams that played better on the road than they did at home.
Yeah.
I think they're 16-2 on the road, and I think they're 10-9 or something, or 10-11 at home or something like that. It hasn't been good. It's not been good for the Jackfish at home. But maybe they're just getting all their home losses out of the way this year.
Yeah, to that point, the Kitchener Panthers have a win at Welland Stadium this year as well.
Yep.
And you go back to last year's playoff series, Kitchener eventually fell pretty flat in 4 games, but they did take game 1 in extra innings to send a momentary shock through the system there.
Raul Gonzalez with the clutch hit in the 10th inning.
Yeah.
A couple of clutch plays on defense. This one's hit on a rope to left field as the runners were going on contact, obviously with 2 away.
Just another A1 at bat from Mitsuki Fukuda. Works the count full, fouls off a couple pitches, and gets one out over the plate. That one, fastball middle away right in his wheelhouse, and he rips it into left. This guy can do it all at the plate, it feels like, and just such a tough out. Very disciplined. Keeps the ball rolling here for the Barnstormers here, even in the 9th.
And he does.
With the lead having grown.
Good one, of course. Homered his last time up, so you got to be very careful how you pitch to him. Takes the strike on the outer half. His main prize gets ahead in the count at 0-1. Barnstormers, aside from the home run, there's only the double by Morrison and the home run by Goodwin as the extra base hits tonight. There's a slow roller. That's going to be a tough play. Brown's going to be up with it. Throws across the first in time, and that'll end the inning. But the Barnstormers strike for another run, and now lead this one 5-1 as they head to the last chance here in the 9th inning on Cable 14. Well, let's recap the evening's affairs once more here for everybody at home. And then we'll set up tomorrow's games across the IBL. So in Brantford, as we mentioned, that one is now in the Bottom of the 6th inning, it's 10-0 for the Brantford Red Sox over the Barrie Bay Cats at Labatt Park in London. That one is now in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's still the Guelph Royals leading that one 7-5 over the London Majors. So that's when the Guelph Royals are definitely creeping up here in the standings, and somebody's waiting out there to get picked up as far as the equipment goes. Hey, somebody forgot my gear, please.
Yushin Ota needs a hat and glove.
Yes. Stat, please. Can't play with barehanded. Well, I guess I can, but, you know. Is the catcher going to run him stuff out there? I guess he is. No, actually, no. It's somebody else coming out. Of course, Garrett Day will come in here. Not a save situation now, as a 4-run lead, but still coming out here because he got loose and probably can use the work.
Sadler Goodwin has delivered the equipment to his fellow left side infielder.
A little Texas hospitality there.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, tomorrow, of course, across the inter-county, we've got some interesting contests going on. So tomorrow we got Kitchener at Barrie. That's a 4:05 start. Brantford's at Chatham-Kent. You can, of course, watch that one on Barnstormers TV at 7:05. You got Welland at Guelph tomorrow, and the Welland Jackfish will probably be resting a lot of starters.
Yeah, but still, it does kind of pique curiosity to see the pennant winners against the new-look Guelph Royals.
Well, exactly, and this is a matchup of last year's semifinal series that went 5 games, and we'll just have to see where the Royals match up against the top team in the league right now, but it's definitely a different new-look team for these Royals. And, of course, in Hamilton and Toronto, that's a 7:30 p.m. start. You can watch that one on Maple Leafs TV on YouTube. And then, of course, Sunday is going to be another busy day as well and around the inter-county as well. You got Guelph at Brantford. You got Chatham-Kent at Toronto, which is just going to be a heck of a turnaround as far as for these Barnstormers. They definitely put the miles on that bus out there. And, of course, then they have London and Hamilton here at 2:05 on Cable 14. So you and I will have that call on Sunday as well. And then, of course, the Royals and Hamilton Cardinals in that makeup game is on Tuesday, August 12th, which will be a huge game. That could actually decide where the Cardinals are going to finish here.
Yep. The Royals, if they win and this score holds, then they will be just a half game back.
They will be. Of course, that's a 7:30 start. That is in Guelph. You can watch that one on Royals TV on YouTube. This Brown takes strike one from Garrett Day. That one's in there for a called strike.
Ooh.
And the count is 0-2. Quickly. Day likes to go on there and just challenge some hitters and doesn't usually waste a lot of pitches. Very efficient. That one's fouled away. And Brown stays alive at 0-2.
Ever since that white-hot month of July, the Cardinals' offense has stumbled upon a bit of an identity crisis the past couple of weeks. Tonight was not their best showing. They hit the ball hard, ran into some outs.
Yep.
Last Saturday, they beat up on Jacob Cush, reigning pitcher of the year, pretty good as Brown strikes out swinging. They scored 8 runs on Brantford in a valiant comeback attempt, but they couldn't get much going against Guelph, and at a certain point, it's like, okay, well, who are you guys?
Yeah.
Right?
And, you know, just sometimes you just got to go back to the basics here. And you got to, in situations where maybe you give yourself up, you give up a sacrifice bunt here or push the guy along and hope the guy behind you can do something. But you got to have some trust behind the guy behind you, and the lineup can do it. And you just can't, you know, take it upon yourself. So you're not going to hit a 5-run blast here in this inning. There's no such thing.
There literally isn't.
Josh Williams will take the bat here with one away. Jumps on the first offering from Day, but fouls it away for strike one.
And it's not for, you know, lack of ability. Like we've seen for, at some points, more extended stretches than others, what they can do. We know what this offense is capable of. We've seen it in front of our very eyes here on this broadcast, Neil, at Bernie Arbor. But more often than not, the execution hasn't been there.
How far out they were playing Williams on that ball. Josh, you weren't going to get a hit if you tried because they were just playing you on the outfield.
Yep.
As Williams grounds out to a very long 4-3.
Yeah, the shift ban that has taken over Major League Baseball is not quite come to the IBL yet, and the Barnstormers use that to their advantage here.
Yep. Second baseman had forever and a day to get that one down. But he's like, okay, I'm playing almost like the fourth outfielder for crying out loud on that one. As Tanner Rempel now the last chance for the Cardinals here in the 9th inning against Day.
Neil, I have a question that just popped into my head. Do you happen to know if Damon Topley is an RBI tonight?
I haven't looked, but I'm sure somebody would be yelling. Well, I guess they won't because my phone's dead, so no, they won't be yelling at me.
Oh, no, you got to wait.
I got to wait till I can go take it.
Because is he, what, one away now? Because he
is one away.
Yeah, he got the one.
Got the one. The runner got thrown out at home plate, or he would have got 500.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Case into the game for the Royals, so yeah, that just answers those questions. But Topley is not in that lineup tonight.
Okay.
The situation did not present itself, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they hit some home runs. But Claudio Custodio was defensively in there on defense tonight. Probably playing shortstop.
Well.
Because Claudio just can't stay at home on a Friday night. Of course, he was originally drafted by the Yankees as a shortstop.
Yep, and he was.
I have his card at home. Never got him to sign it. Maybe I should dig it out for.
Well, you got a couple golden opportunities coming your way. A couple trips to Hastings.
I know. Plus, I had the honor of calling his record-breaking strikeout.
Yes.
That one's popped in the air here, and that's going to be the ball game. As Sadler Goodwin will wrap this one up very fittingly, and the Barnstormers win this very important series game here. They take this one 5-1 and take the season series against the Cardinals. Should the tiebreakers be ensued here, they will advance ahead of the Cardinals in the standings. And tonight, Matt, it just seemed that the bats just couldn't get going, unfortunately. And, Yokoyama did what he had to do here and bounced back. Of course, his last appearance against these Cardinals didn't go so well, but, he improves to 5-1 on the season now.
Well, yeah, Neil, it started off Yokoyama versus Saldana, the same pitching matchup from the time that the Cardinals beat the Barnstormers 12-1 in Chatham last month. And, again, it started off in their favor. Carlos Dominguez, the leadoff home run, but then they were kind of stopped in their tracks, and the Barnstormers did what they do best. They battled, they put balls in play, they put pressure on the defense, and they outworked them. And lo and behold, it was a difference in the ball game. 5-1 is your final score tonight.
Yeah, and just unfortunately, as you look back here, we're back up the bird's nest here. I'm Neil. That's Matt. Thank you so much for watching this evening. But yes, the Cardinals just couldn't make the most of their opportunities tonight, and the Barnstormers prevailing with a 5-1 victory. And if you're the Barnstormers, you're building off, going on a little bit of a hot streak here as you read into the second last weekend of the season.
Yeah, and things were kind of teetering on danger territory a little bit with a loss last Friday at Brantford, but they've rallied since then. They lost to Guelph earlier this week, but again, that's what they do. They battle, they come back, and a nice bounce-back effort here tonight, and no question, as we've been talking about all night, pivotal for the standings as they clinch that season series 3-2.
They take the season series, and of course now that if you're the Hamilton Cardinals, you got to bounce back against the Maple Leafs tomorrow night, because Maple Leafs aren't that far behind you in the standings either, so you're slipping down the standings. And Guelph Royals are knocking on the door, so the Maple Leafs not that far behind as well. So
no, and
it's going to be an interesting weekend, that's for sure.
Yeah, as you mentioned off the hop, a lot of room to go in between 2 and the rest of the standings.
Yeah.
So there's so much up for grabs still, and the games don't get any less important for the Cardinals. Chances for redemption tomorrow at Toronto and Sunday versus London, and a little more beyond that too.
Because our next home game, of course, is on on Sunday afternoon. The London Majors here in town. Matt and I will have the call for you here on Cable 14. Till then, you guys have yourself a great night. Thanks again to the volunteers that help bring you the pictures here on Cable 14. We'll see you Sunday afternoon, 2:05 start.
What do I like? I like open fires, moonlit nights, chatty letters, rainy days. I like daydreaming. I love this colorful little island of ruby, emerald, and sapphire. Yet often my dark moods come. I'm possessed body and soul.